Happy Saturday. I'm up around 8 something this morning now. Got like a little length in my hair. Yeah, I'm up around 8 something. It's 8:37 here in Mexico at this moment. So this just is alive to just to connect. Ooh Lord, this scared me out. I'm working too. But there was a call that just came in like fast, and somebody else got it. We already know. We talk about this every day. I work from home, and I'm sort of kind of always in competition with other interpreters because the call is in the pool of interpreters, and whoever who answer first is the one that get the call. So, I mean, I'm glad to see this activity every day. I mean, it is like a positive thing. Cause I was talking about yesterday how I applied for this full-time job, and I got the email and stuff. I'm thinking about posting a video showing the rejection letter um, in my email, and I mean it wasn't paying them like 18, 15 an hour, so that's really not a lot of money. I don't think that's a lot, considering that I would have had to work the weekends, and considering I would have had to work what's that? It was like overnight, possibly overnight. Um, so I mean, when I think about it, because I got my business that I'm trying to like, grow, I think when I factor that in, it doesn't feel like it's a loss to me. But if I go back years ago before I had the idea of starting a business online, I think I would have thought that I would have probably been more devastated. But because I got my business, I'm doing like Saturdays, I'm doing the lives with y'all, you know. I'm currently still freelancing, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it ain't just all about the money, it's more about the time. And then like I said, 18, 15 an hour, it's not that much anyway. So, and then, it's really not. Yeah, it's really not. So, because I feel like it comes with a cost to the time, right? Like 18, 15, it costs you a lot of time. So because it costs me a lot of time, I don't feel really bad about not getting the offer. And like I say, thank you for the like. I don't see no bad on her, but I see somebody liked it. But yeah, I feel like it would have cost me a lot of time. So I'm glad somebody else got it. Somebody else got the job, and I'm happy. I wish I can get y'all the job. Maybe I can start helping people find a job. Who knows? Or not even so much find a job. Hopefully my business will be a lot bigger, and maybe I can have people working for me, possibly at some point. What's up, Willow Mine? What's going on? Happy Saturday. Where you from? What bring you here? You see, if I did that full-time job, I wouldn't be able to do the lives like that. And even though I think I would have been working like at 12, from 12 to 8, it's still like I wouldn't have been able to. It's still a different thing. Like me having to work at 12 and like have to work, like it's mandatory, is still different than me just not having to do it. Mentally it's different. Like I could still do my lives right before I start the job if I would have took it. But it's to me it's just a different mental energy to still know that, oh, I gotta work 8 hours today. I feel like I can't give my whole self like I want to. You said sorry. What you say sorry for? Y'all go and subscribe if y'all not subscribed to the channel, y'all. If y'all want to send some tips, y'all can do it. Cause somebody asked me about my cash apps one time, so I put it in the description just for because I wanted to. Yo, champion, can you shout out my mom from Japan? She's Tachibana Hinata, Tokyo. Shout out to her. This is a Russell Trilingual shout out. So when anybody asks about my channel, I always tell them languages, dance, and culture. Those are three different things that I represent on my channel. They're simple. Language, dance, and culture. So when you see me, Russell Trilingual, you can call it RT Vibes or you can just Russell Trilingual. So I represent language, culture, and dance. Who like languages, who like culture, and who like to dance? Raise your hand. Which one y'all like? Leave it in the comments the one you like. Do you like languages? Do you like culture? Do you like to dance? Which one you like? Leave that in the comments. Let me see who come in, because that's what the channel represent. Watch all my videos and you'll see that I'm being honest with y'all. I'm just being honest. Language, culture. So you like football. Okay, they don't really fall into my channel. But if you like being here, stay here. But it's language, cultures, and dance. So anybody else, what y'all like? And of course, nostalgia. Now, nostalgia sort of kind of falls into culture. Nostalgia. Because nostalgia is different depending on the country you from, you know. Like nostalgia in the US is different from nostalgia in Japan, right? I would think so. It wouldn't be the same thing. It would be different depending on the country. But of course, my culture is more African American. Yeah, my culture is more the black culture. Because that's what I grew up. That's real, you know. You said culture is interesting. Yeah, culture is interesting. Culture is interesting. Yep. And of course, I speak 3 languages, y'all. Like I speak Spanish, English, and French. And I learned Spanish because really before I came to Mexico, I already knew Spanish, but I've been in Mexico for almost 6 years. So, you know. So when you see me, you know what to think about. Good morning. Good morning, Nigel. What's going on, Nigel? Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We getting up there. We getting up there. What I noticed is a lot of people like my dance videos. We getting up there in the subscribers. My goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping to do that, to get there. Okay, we got a new subscriber in the house. We got a new subscriber. I appreciate y'all. Go on here and subscribe. But yeah, like I was saying, I had got rejected for the job offer, but I'm happy because I can now do more time. You know, like if I had to take it, I wouldn't be able to do the same thing I'm doing now. You know, doing my lives and focusing on my business. So sometimes we have to really believe in ourselves. We really have to do that. And I think fear can sometimes make you not believe in yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when something is fear based, it's harder for you to believe. Don't you agree? You have to really believe. It's hard, but you have to believe. You said no. No to what? No to what? Can you think of a place with a woman's name? No, I really can't. I don't know. You said no. Oh, why you say no? I don't know what you saying no to. I'm saying you have to believe in yourself, like when you starting a business and stuff like that. Like when you trying to grow your business, when you trying to connect with people, you have to really believe in yourself. And then you have to sort of kind of see things on the scale that's not just money only. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta think beyond just monetary gain. You know what I'm saying? This is just how I feel like you have to think. You have to have this certain mindset to do it. You know. And I know I'm circling around this a lot. You know how I just had the job offer that I got rejected, but I don't really want to say rejected because rejected is like it was a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Rejection is not always really a bad thing. I would probably say the first movie. I would say the first one. I'm not really a big fan of Star Wars, but I would say the first movie. But I'm saying rejection is not always a bad thing, even though we've been trained to think so. You know what I'm saying? Can anybody give me an example where rejection could be a good thing? What is an example of where rejection can be really good for you? That's a good topic. That's a good question because I'm just being honest, right? This is a live where I'm just being honest with everybody, and questions are welcome. What is a time that you could have been rejected or felt rejection, but it was actually good for you? Or what's an example of the way rejection really was good, like it turned out good for you? I'm not gonna answer this call. Yeah, I'm not gonna answer it because somebody else get it. I need to be answering it because I'm trying to make. Okay, we're not gonna be too long on here. Let me actually log out. Let's do that. Let's log out for right now. I'm gonna do this live so I can focus only on y'all. And that's it. Right. So we're gonna do that. Just so y'all name a time where rejection actually was a good thing for you. What is a time, or what example could we set to say, wow, it seemed like it was rejection, but it actually worked out good? What is a time? Do y'all hear the question? Okay, everybody here, do you hear the question? A time, name a time where you think, or an example to where it was some rejection, you got rejected in a way, but it really turned out to really be a good thing for you, and it really wasn't negative at the end of the day. Can somebody name that? This is the question. Okay, you said you've never been rejected. Hey Shelby, hey. So the question is, everyone that's watching, the question is, name a time or an example of how rejection could really be a positive thing. Because we all sometimes we look at rejection and we say, well, it's negative. Like, wow, like they don't want me, or wow, they didn't accept me, or, you know, comment ça va, bonjour, mon ami. Bonjour, comment ça va? Okay, so name a time or an example. I'm going to sound like a broken record of where you've been rejected, or an example of how rejection could have worked out as a positive thing. Okay. I also talk on my channel about like self-reflection, motivational topics too. That's part of the culture. So name it. I could go down the list if y'all want me to. Like, because I have like a few moments where it was like I felt like, dang, I'm rejected, but really at the end of the day, it's not necessarily a bad thing it's really not, you know. And maybe this could help somebody. Maybe somebody else need to hear something, you know. You just never know. Sometimes when you're trying to build something, sometimes you just need to hear one thing from somebody. Or you may just need one positive example, and I mean it helps you. You know, sometimes paying therapy sessions to be in there for, forever, you might not need that. Sometimes you just need just positive vibes. You need positive energy. You need, you know. So the question is, and I'm gonna probably do a free live today. I'm not gonna just actually, let me just go and log back on. Let me log back in because I don't want to really be missing out on my money at the same time while I'm doing this. All right. So let me just go ahead and still kind of keep my phone line open. And this is not really directly this is not directly this is like one of the freelancing things I do. Okay. So I got my freelance and I got my business. So name a time, someone on this live, to where you've been rejected, or to where an example of rejection could have been a positive thing. I'm gonna probably have to do a video on this instead of a live, because I think I can probably get more people to comment on it. Because I feel like this live is sort of kind of dragging a lot. But I guess I would just give the example of my of a couple times. So I'm gonna circle back around. I'm probably circle around this a lot of times because people constantly coming in and out the live is sort of kind of up and down, roller coaster type thing. So as I've mentioned, yesterday, well, I think no, Thursday, I actually got a email from this company, and they wanted to move forward with an interview process, and they wanted to do a phone screening with me. They wanted to do this specific phone screening, and I don't know. We got like 4 people watching. It's about 4 people watching in here. But yeah, they wanted to do the phone screening on Thursday. And no, it wasn't Thursday. I got the email Thursday, but they wanted to do a phone screening. Wait a minute, no. I think I got the email Wednesday letting me know that I could schedule a phone screening. And I scheduled a phone screening for Thursday. Now, this company was paying $18.15 an hour. That was the amount that they was paying, right? So, and this is just me giving an example of how rejection actually paid off in a good way. This is me just giving y'all an example. So when I did the interview in a way where I felt like in my heart, I'm like, I really didn't want the job. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to grow my business. So it sounded like it would probably be a good support for me to continue to grow my business, financially. I felt like it could have been a good opportunity in a way. Even though it was just $18, 18, 15 hours, it was like 40 hours, right? And it was remote, right? At the same time. So I sort of kind of felt like after the interview, I'm like, man, I know I ain't got this because I know the way I answer, and like I said, in my heart, I knew I didn't really want it, right? So what ended up happening is the next day after, which was Friday, um, I received an email, which was yesterday, and it was like, we decided to go with other candidates. Boom, boom, boom. Even though your resume was good, boom, boom, boom. Right. So, but when I did the interview, I was thinking about, you know what, if I take this job, like I'm not gonna have time for my own business, and it kind of sort of what made me sound so hesitant in a lot of answers that I was giving during the interview, because I was thinking about my business. I'm thinking about my lives. I'm thinking about like my bookings on my website. I'm thinking about all of this stuff because if I would have took it, I'm like, okay, well, if somebody want to book me, then I'm not gonna be available. You know what I'm saying? When people book me. So I wouldn't be available if, yeah, that was pretty much what I was thinking. And then I was like, for me to constantly work on ideas and to improve what I have, I'm like, okay, they would have probably conflicted definitely with it. And it would have made my growth so much slower. So that's a case of where rejection could be positive because it may seem like it's rejection, but you really getting time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get what I'm saying. Like, even though I didn't necessarily get the job, but money, it does not value more than the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all get what I mean. Like, I'm at a stage now where my business is a big business. And if I take a full-time job, and especially if it don't align with what I'm doing, it actually could break me. So would that be bad? Because they decided to go, it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be a bad thing. It let me know that I'm a strong person. You know what I'm saying? It let me know. I wish somebody would come in and I wish somebody would just understand what I'm saying. You know, every time that they send you that email saying they chose somebody else when you looking for a job is really not a bad thing. It's never really a bad thing. And I want people to know that out there. Everybody to know that out there that's looking for a job, because we know, come on now, we know it's a lot of people that saying, oh, they cutting jobs. It's hard to find a job. But I'm letting you know that, hey, what's up? How you doing, Evan? Evan, what is it? Evan Blank? Go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, especially if you're feeling the vibe. If you're feeling languages, dance, um or culture, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're feeling any one of those. And this is a live really for only adults, really. Mainly for adults because I feel like adults can relate more to the topics. I have had some kids come into my life. I guess it could relate to kids in a way because depending on what you want your future to be, because as a kid, hearing positive things can actually be a good help, you know, especially when you hear somebody that has lived the journey firsthand. So I don't necessarily think that it's bad, but I'm just saying it's more adult based. My lives is more. I would consider it more adult because, like I said, I talk about like a lot of nostalgia. But then you got kids nowadays that's like 20 and 19 that still like 90. They like 90 stuff. They like the old stuff. So I guess it worked out for everybody. But how y'all doing? We got a few people on here. Happy Saturday. I'm up. This is my office right here. You can see my office. This is it. I work from here. So I'm working and doing a live at the same time. But I might have to just post a video on that topic probably because I really haven't got anybody to participate too much about it. I'm asking people to name a time where rejection it was really positive. You know what I'm saying? Rejection is not always negative, rejection can actually be a positive thing. Yeah, it could be a positive thing. So, name a time where you thought that rejection was actually turned when name a time when you thought rejection actually turned out to be positive. So rejection in French would be le rejet, le rejet. Okay. You said I'm so handsome. Oh, thank you. Good morning, Sheila Drake. Yeah, you said you're so handsome, bro. God bless you and your family. Hola, brother. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Y'all name a time where y'all thought were rejection actually so how do you say I'm afraid of rejection? J'ai peur du rejet. This is how you say that in French. Okay, name a time when you thought rejection was actually positive for you, or name some examples to where rejection has actually been a positive thing for you. I name one. I don't know if y'all was in here, and I can name another one, but that's what we're talking about right now. Name a time where you have been rejected and it turned out to be actually a good thing and it wasn't negative. Because we always, a lot of the times people label rejection as negative. We like, if I was rejected, it's a negative thing. But it's not really, is it really ever really a negative thing? That's what I would want. Is it really ever a negative thing? Or is it just framed as a negative thing? It's an interesting topic. Is it actually negative or could it really be a positive thing? Bro, how you quit smoking? I never smoke. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna say I never ever tried to smoke. I'm not gonna say that, but I don't smoke. I'm not a smoker. So I don't know where you get that from, but everybody in this chat, the four people, the whole four people watching, name an example to where rejection was really positive instead of negative. It could be personal, it could be in general, whatever. Name a time or name an example to where rejection was a positive thing. It actually was a positive. Maybe you had a point in your life where you used to think rejection was negative at a point. And maybe some things happen and you like, okay, well, it's not really negative like I thought it was. Can we get some people to participate in that question? Everybody that want to answer it, stay. Everybody that don't, leave. I'm just being honest. This is an honest live. This is an honest live. I'm just being honest. That's why I call it that. I'm just being honest. So ever who has experienced it, it could be firsthand, um it can be anything. A time where you were rejected or any type of rejection and you felt it was a positive thing at the end of the day. You did put it. I didn't read it. Oh my lord, I got like a lot of people, I guess, coming. What did you answer it? I don't see your answer. I know you said like good morning. I said good morning. So the question is, name a time, personal, it could be personal or in general, where rejection actually turned out to be a positive thing for you. It wasn't negative like you thought. Name a time where that has happened. Somebody in this chat. Okay, bro, I started smoking is not related to the topic. Someone name a time where you were rejected and it turned out to be a positive thing. Okay, I only want comments that's related to that question. Okay, my teacher once said you would never pass science exam, but it hurt my feelings. So I worked hard. I scored 80, 100, and teachers appreciated me. Feeling was good. Okay, let me take a screenshot of your comment because I really liked it. I really love this screen. I love that question. I love that experience. That was a good question. So your teacher rejected. You felt like it was rejection because um what she told you, right? So you pretty much felt like she was rejecting you based on that's harsh for a teacher to say that. That's very harsh. I'm sorry you had to go through that. But you said it hurt my feelings, so I worked hard and I scored. Right. So that feeling really pushed you to go harder. So that's good. Congratulations, Indian. That's a really good example. Yeah. Anybody else got anything else they want to share? A time that you felt that rejection actually turned out to be a positive things? I can go all day, and I got some other things I'm gonna share too at some point in this live. Um, I got some other stuff I'm gonna share. We could probably go all week with me. I mean, it's a lot that I can share. But of course, in this one live, I can't share everything. You said, hello, I just finished dating a woman. She told me that she had a body count of 15 plus and only just told me I just walked away. I think I'm checking out of dating. Okay, so is this you feel like, but I mean, is that like rejection or like do you feel like you were rejected or you rejected her? Yeah, so no, I don't watch anime. But anybody else got any other examples? Mitch Tech, do you have an example? Do you have an example when you where rejection actually turned out to be positive for you? Anybody else? Any examples? I can go really all day. I mean, I really probably can pull some stuff out that at my age now, me looking back, I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it could take you so many years to even look back on past experience and feel like, wow, that was a moment, but I didn't look at it like that back then. So do we have anybody else? You said, I just feel that she can never love somebody when she has been with so many men. I rejected her to protect myself. Okay, so that is a good example. Okay, that is a good example. Okay, yeah. So you did it for your own self. You was the one that did the rejection. Right. Okay. I didn't think about it like that because the question I was asking was more centered around like the time that you've technically been rejected, but it was a positive thing. But that's a nice way to put it. I like your answer. That's a nice answer. I like that. Let's see what else. I could talk about a lot of things. Let me see what else. I got a lot that I could talk about. Um, boom. I'm gonna talk about one. Okay. It was this time that I had this like I currently still freelance, y'all. I'm actually on call right now. So if I get a call, I probably just have to talk to y'all later. But I remember I worked for this particular company. I'm not gonna mention the name, but I had been working like during the pre-pandemic and a little around the pandemic. They was really busy. Like I was like always busy. It was always work available. And I was doing the same thing I'm doing now. I was working as a Spanish interpreter. And it was over the phone. And I was in Mexico. I was in Mexico at that time in 2020 because I have been in Mexico since 2020. That's when I first started living in Mexico. So I just had it was a time where when I had first started, they had like they used to push out bonuses to the we wasn't employees, we were just workers, like independent contractors, but they would send emails with bonuses of extra money that we could make on top of what we already was making. You know what I'm saying? Like we would be paid per minute and then we'll get a bonus on top of it. And then all of a sudden things sort of kind of started to shift at one point to where I wasn't seeing the bonuses no more, but I still was getting like a lot of calls. So I was like, what's going on? What happened? And I asked for a raise from them, like because I felt like, I should get a raise. I've been here like well, I think at that time I was doing it for like, let me see, probably like 2 years. I probably had been doing it for probably like 2 years working for the same company. And I just felt like, if y'all gonna still send the same type of call value, then why would you get rid of like the bonuses and stuff like that? Because that really would motivated people to really log on. And I'm telling you, bro, I was logged on all the time. I'm like, you could not get me off that phone line. I'm like, I wanted to make my money, okay? But of course, they changed up, right? I don't know exactly why, but hey, it was an independent contract type thing. So I felt like when they rejected me and it was like, because they didn't accept the raise. You said it's been a year, Daddy. I really miss you. Mama said you went to the store to get. Come on now, what are y'all talking about? I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, originally, but I live in Mexico. Y'all subscribe if y'all not subscribed. All right, so the rejection came from them not giving me the raise that I wanted, right? But in my heart, when they did that, I was like, you know what? I want to start my own business. That was in 2020. Because I knew that, and really a lot of what really me starting my business right now is centered around a lot of times that I felt like I wasn't really like when I was rejected, right? So me starting my business really is centered around, and like I said, at that time, they technically rejected me because they didn't give me a raise, right? But obviously, I knew that okay, if you initially hired me, sometimes nowadays I feel like people hire people even not even really based on talent. Like, what do y'all think? I think a lot of the times today, people hire people even if you don't have talent. Like, I'm gonna just keep it funky with you. Like, I think a lot of times it's not even based on talent. And I think sometimes that's why the rejection can hurt more at times. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not even really based on today's world, like really talent. It's really not. And I can really go deep with y'all on it. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Where you from? Yeah, where you from? Y'all let me know. Drop in the comments where you from. What brings you to my channel? So right now we're talking about rejection, and we talking about what's the time you've been rejected. Or in general, when has been a time where rejection has actually been a positive thing for you? When has rejection been a positive thing? Because we like to see rejection as negative. We always think it's rejected. Why I didn't get it? I didn't make the cut, or I didn't get the job, or I didn't. When is a time where rejection has actually been positive for you? Where rejection was like, man, it actually was positive for me. It really wasn't negative like I thought. Can we name a time? Can we name a time? I've named like a couple situations. I can go on and on because it's a lot. I'm sure we've all lived through. Even some of the biggest people today that you see that are successful have lived through some similar. I don't think it's nobody that you can name that maybe never felt the same thing. Some of the most beautiful, attractive people, some of the most successful people. We can go on. And you can name that, you can put that in the chat too. If you know somebody famous that's successful that where rejection turned out to be a positive thing for them, we've probably heard it our whole life, right? But why do we tend to think rejection is negative? What makes it feel negative? Name an experience that turned out to be positive for you in your life. Okay. Like I can go on and on all day. You said I'm from India. I saw our parents want to go there. Okay, that's nice to share that. It's very nice to share that. Thank you. But Sarik, can you name a time where that happened to you? And how old is my audience in here? Are we grown ups in here? My chat is mainly for adults, but if kids are in here, I mean, I'm kind of rejecting if I'm saying it right. This is actually a good example, right? If I'm saying, wow, it's only for adults, right? Children could feel rejected, right? But at the same time, that could be a positive thing if people said, I'm gonna stay anyway. It's kind of like based on your own personal inner feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because one person just was telling me that their teacher told them that they would never pass an exam, but they still did it anyway. So that's what helped them to overcome it. They end up passing. Salutations. Tu parles le français, mon ami? Merci d'être là. He says, salutations. I think he speaks French. Newly entered the stream and overall aura appears distinctly vibe and engaging. Right, it is engaging. Right. Yeah, it is engaging. What I'm talking about at this point, je parle du rejet. Un moment que tu as senti rejet. Le rejet, et c'était positif pour toi. Like, let's talk about that moment. That you have felt rejection and it was positive for you. It ended up being a positive experience. That's what we're talking about. I've named a couple examples, and somebody else will name some examples. So we trying to get some more examples of that particular topic. And then I was saying also, a lot of the times I feel like with the job searches, because sometimes people, I've heard a lot of people been complaining about how jobs are hard to get now. But at the same time, it's like I feel like a lot of the times it's not really always based on your talent when they reject you. It could be based on other factors, but you could feel like, wow, it's just all about your mindset. You said much appreciated. Your refreshing, your appreciate your reception is genuinely refreshing, and the overall ambience feels distinguishable. Thank you, thank you. So can you name a time for us that you felt rejected, but it was positive for you? Come to India. I would like to come to India if I could. I'm getting there. You said India isn't just a destination, it's an experience rich in culture, colors, food, and soul, where every street tells a story and every smile feels like home. So don't just travel, come to India. I wish I can just jump up right now and come. I wish I can just jump up right now and just be like, I wish I can teleport there. But yeah, name an experience, travel with an ID, an experience, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're feeling the vibe. But name an experience where rejection actually turned out to be a positive thing for you. Name an experience where it came out. Hey, how you doing? I am Pringleton. Yeah, name a time. Name a time. Wait a minute. Some one time when I was 12 years old. You want to say when I was 12 years old, my crush rejected me, and I was so broken since that day was 7 years ago. It felt just like yesterday. So what was positive about that experience that you was rejected? What was positive about it? Like you named an experience, but I want to know how did it turn out to be positive? Um you let me see, give advice to Gen Easy. What type of advice do you want? What question do you have? But yeah, y'all name a time where y'all was rejected and it turned out to be a positive thing. We're gonna be talking about this probably for about a good hour or ever how long, whatever, you know. I mean, I'm working at the same time on the side, so if I get a call, I might just be like, um, I'll hit y'all back. But at the same time, I hate to end it, but I'm not ending it now. But name a time. Where I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. You hear that accent? I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, from the South. Sipping on some scissor. Sipping on some scissor. This 3 6 Mafia. But y'all name a time where y'all have been rejected and it was a positive thing. We had like 3 people to participate. No, I'm not from Mexico, but I live in Mexico. Where you from? Where are you from? Yeah, I live in Mexico, but I'm not from Mexico. Not originally from Mexico. No. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee originally. You from Pakistan? Okay, yeah. From Memphis, Tennessee originally. I lived in Delaware for 5 years. Five. I actually been in Mexico now longer than I lived in Delaware, which is like crazy. But it's starting to feel like that now. At first, when I first got here, like 4 years, 5 years, it still didn't really quite feel like it. But now it's feeling like it. Back to what do you do? Yeah, of course I know Daft Punk. That's actually a good topic. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That's a good topic because Daft Punk is I love dancing around the world. I love Daft Punk. Yeah, they got some good dancing music. One more time. Yeah, I love it. That's my song. My parents from Japan, but I was born in Texas. All right now, your parents from Japan, but you was born in Texas. Okay. Ariel, go on subscribe, Ariel, if you love the channel. You said your presence emanates in effortless splendor and preternatural elegance, zooming so refined and transcendent and leads in. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I had to take a screenshot of y'all comments. Yeah, I was born in America. But y'all leave a time where y'all was rejected and it turned out to be a positive thing. Can we participate more in that topic? Name a time where you was rejected, but it really turned out to be a positive thing for you. The rejection was positive at the end of the day. Can somebody name it? Name a time. What's up, Annabelle? How you doing, Annabelle? Oh, you said, oh, bro, you got gold spoon being born in USA. India sucks. All right, let me take a screenshot of that. Let me actually make this into an actual video too. So yeah, let's go ahead and make this into a video. So y'all that rock with me, I'm on a live now, but this y'all probably gonna see this later, right? So y'all name a time where you was rejected and it ended up being a positive thing. I had a job offer not long ago and I was rejected from it, but I see it as a positive thing because I'm working on bigger and better things. And that job would have took away a lot of time based on what I'm working on. Like, having my own business online. I mean, their rejection was solid for me because now I got more time or I continue to have the time that I need to continue to be in my business. So y'all name a time where the same thing that happened to you. You've been rejected and it really was positive. All right. So let me see. You said you're 9 years old. Okay, that's pretty young. My name is Russell, but it's Russell. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am, to answer your question. Yes, I am. Yeah, to answer your question. And we can talk about that too as part of rejection too. Because there's been times that I felt rejection to that, but yeah, right, right. Okay, that's another thing. So being gay, right? I have felt rejected, but it's been positive during the whole course of my life. During the whole course of my life, it's been positive. Why has it been positive? Why has it been positive at the end of the day? It's been positive because it helped me to be the strong person I am today. Me being the strong person I am today has helped me a lot. Me being a strong person. Yeah, me being the strong person I am today has helped me. But that's the thing. Like being rejection, I just think rejection, period, doesn't have to be seen as rejection. It could be something that can make you stronger. It can be something that can give you time. It's just a positive thing. Like it's not a smile keeps your enemy guessing. I never heard of it, but I love it. I love what you're saying. A smile keeps your enemy guessing. Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So y'all name a time, Phoenix. Name a time you've been rejected, but it was a positive thing for you. Name a time that's to happen. Or could it be a time where you was accepted and it was a negative thing? It was negative that you was accepted. I mean, it's pretty much like we talking pretty much on two different things, but it's pretty much coming around to the same thing. Because sometimes being accepted could also be negative, right? So can you name a time when you was accepted, but it was actually negative that you was accepted, right? So we getting into this topic. We want people to feel and know that rejection is not always a negative thing, and we want them to know that acceptance is not always a positive thing. It just depends on what your mindset, right? So y'all name a time where you was accepted, but you being accepted really turned out to be negative because that's a better topic too, right? Because it seemed like the most common topic would be when you was rejected and it was negative. I mean positive. But it seemed like even more interesting when you was accepted, but it was negative. Let me think of a time. Let me go in my brain, y'all. Let me go in my brain. Let me go in my brain. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let me go in my brain. Go in there. All right, boom. All right. So a time where I was accepted and it was negative for me. Oh boy, I'm asking myself a question that's just I gotta really reflect on it. But y'all let it marinate. Think of a time you was accepted, but it was negative that you was accepted. Like it actually was negative. Oh Lord. Let me think of a time when I was accepted, but it was negative that I was accepted. You said I'm funny. You can call me bestie. You can call me bestie. Yeah, name a time. Shh, name a time. Boom, boom, boom. Name a time where you was rejected or accepted. Accepted. Oh, yes. Name a time where you was accepted and it was a negative thing. Have you been accepted and it was negative? That you was accepted from something? Can we name a time that you can say that? All right, I got it right now. I got it. It's in my head. It just came in my mind. I don't know why I wasn't thinking. I'm gonna name it right now. I'm gonna name it. All right. So the time I was accepted, but it was a positive thing was when I was in the closet and I didn't want to really tell people I was gay. There was a time I was accepted, but it was really a negative thing for me, right? I was in the closet. I didn't want to tell people I was gay. I was scared to say it, but I felt more accepted by people because people tended to gravitate towards me in a way, So it was negative, really. Yeah, gay, Gay. Yeah, it really was negative, um, and not positive because in the inside, I felt like I was rejecting myself. you know. So there's a time to where I was technically accepted by people, but it was still negative for me because I felt like I was rejecting myself and I felt like people was loving me for an image that I really wasn't. So there was a time right there that I was technically accepted, right? On the outside, it looked that way, but it was really negative for me because it made me feel depressed. And I feel like if somebody really love you, they don't want you to be depressed. And I went through years of depression. So there was a time where I was really accepted, but it was negative for me. But it could have been positive for people. So what's more important? Is it more important that you just be accepted and that's it? Or is it more important that you are happy? That's which one is more important? Is it more important to be accepted or is it more important to be happy? Which one is more important to you? And it could apply to anything. I'm talking about my own personal experiences. Yes, I am gay. Yeah, I'm talking about my own personal experiences. And I'm not trying to put nothing on nobody else. I'm just talking about my own experience. Like, that's it. And you said being stubborn helped her to negotiate a better salary package. Okay, I like that example. So that's like you talking about a time where you was rejected, but it really was good. Like you pretty much being stubborn and not accepting something helped you to negotiate something. Okay. We on something. We on to something, y'all. Sometime I'm gonna just give y'all another example. Um, I'm gonna give y'all another example. So, oh, you gay too? Okay. All right. No, I'm not a Christian now, but I'm gonna give y'all another example. So, I got my online business, right? So yesterday I was calling around to different places to try to ask people that they need interpreting services. I was calling everybody, because I do it every day. What I said I'm gonna start doing every day, instead of me just working as a freelance, I said I'm going to call around places and try to get some people that really need Spanish interpretation. That's what I said I'm gonna do. So go ahead, subscribe if you lesbian, gay, straight, whatever. It don't matter. You feeling the vibe, go on, come up in here. Russell Trilingual, language, dance, culture. Okay. Right now, we're talking about times that you may have been rejected and it was positive, and times that you've been accepted and it may have been negative. Okay, so yesterday I was calling around different places, right? And I was trying to do some outreach because I do outreach work for my company online, RussellTrilingual. I do outreach. So I called out to some places, and of course, you're not going to always get people to say yes that they want your services, right? Some people are going to say no. Some people are going to say whatever, right? They're not going to accept it. Some people may accept it. Some people may give you like a warm yes. You know what I'm saying? So when some people said no, it just kind of helped me to kind of better my game. You know what I'm saying? Because bettering your game on how you present something, it helps you. But sometimes you gotta go through rejection first, or you gotta go through some negative experiences before you really can be better. Um, are you gay by any chance? Yes, I'm gay. GAY cap locks on. Okay. Who disappointed your dad? Who disappointed your dad? Oh, you talking about me? Did I disappoint dad? Yeah, I'm gay. I'm GAY gay cap locks on. Put the cap locks on, gay. I ain't got no. You know why I'm gonna say that? Why I'm open about it? I was just telling people that at one point when I wasn't open and I felt like I was more like I felt like I was accepted, but it wasn't a real acceptance. That's what I'm saying. These two topics we talking about. We talking about the time you've been rejected and it was positive, or the time that you've been accepted and it's actually been negative. So what I just said, if y'all wasn't in here, I said when I was growing up as a younger kid, my teenage years, even in my early 20s, okay? Um, it was times where I felt like I was accepted when I tried to play like I was straight. You know, when I tried to play like I was straight, I felt like I was accepted, but it was negative for me because it wasn't who I was. You know, it wasn't. So it's kind of like you flipping it to self rejection, because sometimes the rejection can be you the one rejecting yourself. It's not always the people on the outside that's rejecting you. Sometimes it can be you, your own self, that's rejecting your own self. To me, when I was growing up in those days, and I felt like, I'm gonna play like I'm straight. I'm gonna play hard. I'm gonna play like I'm so masculine. Um, I might was falsely accepted by people, but I was depressed. I was so depressed inside. And to me, if you gotta do all that, you rejecting your own self. Like, can't nobody tell me anything different. If you feel like you gotta put on a different face, or you gotta tone something down, or switch something up because it's for somebody else, other people, that's you rejecting your own self. Like, it's not them really. Right. So there was like a time for me where that rejection, that acceptance, which was not really real, because at that point, people accepting you for an image, right? Accepting you for an image of who you are presenting, which is not really you, right? But in the inside, you got to listen to your inner voice too. You cannot just reject your inner voice. Your inner voice is going to still speak regardless of what action you make or take, right? Your inner voice is still going to continue to be talking to you. So at the times when I was going through those moments and I was like, I'm going to play like I'm straight, I'm going to play like I like women at a point in time, right? Like, I never did the thing where I was like, telling a woman I was straight and I tried to date them and I ain't tried, never did that. Like, I've always been straight up about letting people know, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to waste people's time. All right. And that's why I'm doing this live, to be honest, because I feel like lying is wasting people's time. And for some reason, we don't think that time is more important than money because we so caught up into what the world trying to present us. But really, your time is really more important than money. Like, how many people, it was a time, answer this. Now, if somebody was on their last deathbed, right? And this is good. Let me see. Can you enlighten us or help me understand how does it really feel to be gay? Let's be open minded here. I'm really curious how gays think, feel, and do things. Um, I think if to me, I mean, I can't really say it's too much of a feeling like that. And I think everything that I'm telling you now is really reflecting on my personal experiences. So yeah, so you said enlighten us to help you understand how does it really feel to be gay. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, when I was younger, it feels different than it feels than when I'm older. Let's just be honest. I'm just being honest with you. It feels different now being gay as opposed to when I was younger and being gay because I feel like at the end of the day, it's a self reflection. It's a self reflection. I can't really speak on how gays feel. You know what I'm saying? Because I can only speak for Russell. RussellTrilingual, cap locks on. Okay. Cap locks on. RussellTrilingual, cap locks on. Do you do everything your soul tells you to do? I do everything I feel like my heart tells me to do. I would say most. I would say most. Um, you hear what the fuck? How are you gay? Are you attracted to straight? Of course, I'm attracted to some straight guys. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. Yes. Like, are we talking about just from a natural, way, like just naturally with the? Yeah, of course I am. Why not? I mean, of course, I'm not gonna move the same way if somebody is straight compared to if I knew they was gay. Like, I'm not gonna move the same way because I still respect somebody if they straight. So I can't move the same way with a straight person than I would knowing that somebody gay. You know what I'm saying? So, but to answer your question, yeah. Um, what do I like in a guy? Um, I do have like a attraction towards Mexican guys, technically. Um, but at the same time, that's just like the aesthetic, I do. And then I also just like somebody that's sort of kind of aligns to what I am, like who I am as a person. Like, and not just always align. It don't have to always just align up everything, but at least it has to be. I just want to be able to be me. Like, I never like to be in a relationship where I feel like, me being like I gotta be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I always like to feel like I can just do me. And then really more now because I've grown more into who I am. You said the way I'm talking, I can rap. Yeah, I can rap. Yeah, I can rap. I think I can rap. I know I can rap. You said yes, I agree with that. Everyone deserves to be whatever they want to be, and if that makes them happy, as long as they are not, they're just minding their own business. The real problem is the crap world society. Right, it's the crap world society. Do you prefer emotionally intelligent guys? I would say yes. But like I say, now I'm so much stepped into myself now that it's like, I like to draw people. I don't like to chase attention, if that make any sense. Like, I prefer to draw somebody naturally than to chase somebody trying to get attention. I don't like because I feel like they don't really work. That's not really the real way things should be. So that's why in this live, if I draw you in this live, you should subscribe. If I naturally draw you, but I wouldn't want you to draw. Why wouldn't want you to subscribe just because I'm trying to put on some fake or I'm trying to draw. Like, I'm not an attention drawing person, but I like to draw I like to draw people or people to feel draw it based on me just being me. You know what I'm saying? So can you rap real quick? Okay, I can do a rap real quick. All right, let's try to freestyle right quick. I'm gonna do a rap real quick for y'all. So track gay dudes. Okay. Where you from? Hold on. I Russell on this hustle, doing his thing. If you want to be part of this live, you can go ahead, come and hang. I'm in Mexico doing my thing, waking up every morning, starting to work on the phone. I'm trying to get this thing rolling because I know that's my tone. I know that I've been doing a lot of things. I can never come out wrong being myself. I'm doing this live because I'm really trying to help. I want you to participate. Go and leave something in the chat. I love your comments. Go and keep doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? I speak 3 different languages. I'm going to be myself. You can never change it. You can never rearrange it. I'm just saying. All right, so it's just a rap right quick. I used to rap, like me and my cousin used to rap raps back years ago, and I always been inspired by 90s rap. I always been inspired by it. So I like this person question. I'm actually pin this person question on here. So they said that how can I attract gay dudes? Okay, so um um I think that the way you're gonna do that, I think the way how you attract gay dudes, you know what? It's hard sometimes because I'm not gonna lie. Like it's been times like out and about, I done seen people and I'm like, wow, like you don't know whether they're gay, right? You don't even know. You like, man, that person look good. And you like, man, it's just like a fantasy in your head. You like, so I know the struggles, right? You out and about in public and you don't really want to come up to nobody and be like, ass is that gay, right? But it been so many. Uh I'm gonna give, let me see. Um it was a time where it was somebody that was straight technically, and I asked for their number, right? So I feel like sometimes you don't have to come up to somebody and always come off like you trying to straight up flirt with them. You know what I'm saying? You could just try to come off friendly. You know what I'm saying? You could try to do that. So I feel like you coming out friendly. I mean, that's how I did. Like in public, if I've ever tried to talk to a guy in public or something like that, I always come off, but I haven't did it that much, but I did it times before, right? Because sometimes it's like I feel like it hurt worse to lose up an opportunity than to regret later. You know what I'm saying? Like it sometimes like, dang, let me just try. You know what I'm saying? Just to at least so I can be at peace. You know what I'm saying? So how I say you attract gay dudes is just being yourself. Yeah, like I feel like that's how you attract people. Just being yourself. Like it doesn't even have to be about gay. Like just being yourself, because the rejection can hurt worse when you're trying to put on something that you're not. Because what's going to happen is you might get people that's going to accept you, but it's going to be because of what you're putting on because you're not being you. You know what I'm saying? So I would say just if it's a gay dude you trying to attract, or if it's like just people in general, you want to always be yourself. That's what I'm gonna say. Now it was hard for me to do that at first, and I'm on a lot of levels. It was very hard. Me being black, I feel like it was a lot of challenges in the gay community. I'm just being honest. Like people judge on everything, and it kind of sort of made me depressed at a point in time because I feel like it was a struggle because I was black. I feel like um being black, they think about one thing a lot of the times, um from an experience. But I'm not saying that everybody's that way, but it's really being yourself. Like it's that's the only way. Like to really get true acceptance is being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta accept yourself first, right? You got to accept yourself first. This just period. Because even if you try to put on a fake face to try to draw people, you're still going to be rejecting yourself. Right. You still rejecting yourself. Like, I don't get how people wouldn't get that. Like, you got to listen to their inner voice, and sometimes people ignore the inner voice. And we're not talking about just on the everyday level. We're talking about even famous people that's got money, even famous people that got money go through similar things. At the end of the day, we all people, you know. So you say salut. Salut, comment ça va mon frère? Comment ça va mon frère? Merci d'être là. Bon samedi. So I speak French too, y'all. And I speak Spanish. All right, y'all go on subscribe if y'all not subscribed yet. Go on here, subscribe. I have my Cash App in the description. Why did I put it in there? Because somebody asked about it one time. They say, may God guide us to the right. Right path is you being happy, right? Your right path is you being happy. That's the right path. And it took me years to figure that out. Like I'm 37, but it took me years to get to the point where I really, and it was like a process, you know what I'm saying? Like I started to kind of see it, but I was in denial. And then I started to kind of accept it. But when I started to accept it more, then I started to move different. I started to move different once I started to accept it in the inside. Y'all free to ask any question that y'all want to ask. So it could be related to uh gay topics, LGBT. It could be related to that. I have some experience that I can give people based on what I've been through. We're also talking about rejection, time you've been rejected and you felt that it turned out to be a positive experience. And we're talking about times you've been accepted, but it turned out to actually be a negative experience. So that's what we're talking about. And you can sprinkle a little 90s nostalgia on it too, because I talk a lot about the 90s. But those are the topics. So anybody LGBT, we can talk about it. Anything related to that, times you've been accepted and it was a negative thing, times you've been rejected and it's been a good thing. Okay, I need some advice. I'm a very emotional girl. I cry easily. So sensitive. Any words can hurt me deeply. How I can be strong. I hate being sensitive. Let's put this question on the pin this question on here. I love your question. I love your question, and I thank you for your question. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. So let's talk about this, y'all. I'm going to lead with it, but y'all can come in too. So I need some advice. All right. I'm a very emotional girl. I cry easily, so sensitive. Any words can hurt me deeply. How can I be strong? I hate being sensitive. Well, stop fighting it. One thing I would say is stop fighting it. Accept it. Accept that you're a sensitive girl and stop fighting it. I feel like when you fight something, it hurts more. When you try to fight something, when we accept stuff, it helps us to really accept who we really are. You know? So I feel like you accepting it is going to make you stronger. Like when you try to not accept something, I feel like it can make you weaker. But when you try, let's relate it to what I'm talking about. I know I'm circling around the same topic. All right, when I didn't accept that I was gay, because trust me, it was a point in time that I didn't accept when I was gay. I didn't accept it, right? Nor did the other people accept it. But the only reason it bothered me was because other people were not accepting it, right? And of course, I was trying to feel accepted, trying to be fake, right? So when I got to the point and said that I didn't care, and I just said, I'm gonna do me, it is what it is. It still was people that genuinely accepted me for who I was, that I didn't need the people at all in my life that wasn't accepting me. I did not need those people. And a lot of those people, or some of those people, gravitated towards me more, and they genuinely respected me. It's almost like you don't like me. It's almost like you don't have to like me, but you are going to respect me. So that's pretty much where I look at your comment. When you feel that way, that you're sensitive, just take it in, accept it. If nobody don't like it, it's okay, but you're going to respect me. That's all I can say. Right. You're welcome. You're welcome. Right. You guys, people do not have to like you to respect you, okay? We live in a world every day where people don't speak up. They don't really say how they feel. But you do not have to like me, but you will respect me. So if I'm sensitive, I'm a crying person, it is what it is. Accept yourself. Yeah. Sometimes we be rejecting ourselves and we don't even know it. We reject ourselves, we don't even know we really rejecting yourself. Listen to that inner voice. I don't know if Daft Punk is from France. I really don't know. I could probably look it up. You said, what's up? What's up, I am Herman? What's up? Y'all go and subscribe if y'all not subscribed to the channel. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We talking about some interesting topic. People having questions. People having, let me see. Where? I might do 2 lives today. I might do 2 lives, maybe 3. Maybe. They from France. Yeah, they from France. They was formed in 1993. Let me see if I can find it in French. Well, yeah. Let me see. Où vient Daft Punk? So this is how I say it in French. D'où vient Daft Punk? So Daft Punk est un duo français de musique électronique originaire de Paris. All right. I don't speak Arabic. You said all thanks. All right. So any other questions? Anytime anybody else been rejected and it was a good thing, positive, or you've been accepted and it was really negative? Can we give some more comments on it? Times you've been rejected and it turned out to be really a positive thing. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, y'all free to share anything that you want to share with me. If you want me to, respond to any questions, we're here. We're having an interesting topic today. Yeah, I'm from the USA. I'm from the USA. Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised. Grew up on sweet potato pie, fried chicken, catfish, and all this stuff. Yep. But I'm trilingual. So my channel is about language, culture, and vibes. Language, culture, and vibes. And of course, we talk about, I consider this to be more cultural, us talking about like the different things that, the different motivation in this chat is, I consider it kind of like under culture, right? Because, or it could be vibes. I mean, it kind of could be vibes too, but I feel it's more like culture because we got different cultures. We got different cultures up in here, right? So, because of the different cultures, we got Arabic, people speaking Arabic. It's surprising that there really is not that many black people on here. Like, I don't think I've seen many black people connect to my live. Not many. Well, I really don't know. Let's put it like that. I really don't know. I have seen some people come in, black people come in, but I haven't really seen. It seemed like it's mostly people from other countries and I love it. I love it. Um, he is gay and talk about gay. Real, yeah, I talk about gay things too. That's one of the things I talk about. So I don't know why Daft Punk broke up. Okay, they split in 2021. I don't know. I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know that. But yeah, y'all name a time where y'all was rejected and it was positive, and a time you was accepted, but it was positive. I mean negative. A time you was rejected and it was, wait a minute. Name a time that you've been rejected and it was positive, and a time that you've been accepted, but it was negative. Yeah. So let's name a time first, because we've been talking a lot about the rejection. Name a time you was accepted, but it was negative for you. Name that, because we've been talking about a lot of the rejection thing. But name a time you was accepted, but even though you was accepted, it was really negative that you was accepted. Let's say that. Y'all come in on that. I want to hear y'all personal experience of which y'all a time. It could be personal or it could be in general. A situation where you was accepted, but it really was. It kind of sort of depends on where you at in life, right? So name, you said, wow, everyone leave. No, we got people. They kind of coming in. They coming in. They in and out. So y'all name a time where y'all was accepted, but the acceptance was really negative for you. It really wasn't positive that you was accepted. Name that. I already named something, like I told y'all, but I have a problem. I'm from Egypt, and I want to steal the mask of the Egyptian king too. I want to steal the pyramids. I want your advice. I need your help. Please answer me, bro. Well, I can only speak for me. I don't steal. I never would steal anything. I don't. I don't know. I do not like to steal. But we're talking about name a time that you were accepted, but it was a negative thing. When have you been accepted, but it was really negative that you was accepted? Name a time or name a situation where in general an acceptance could be really negative. That's what I'm saying. Y'all name a time. It's like I'm a teacher and I'm like, got a ruler or something in my hand. I'm like, I'm a teacher. We used to get punished in school like that growing up. Like, I don't know if they still do that in other countries, but I know that they had corporal punishment in the schools. But yeah, name a time where y'all were accepted, but it was a negative experience that you were accepted. There's more. They actually sound more interesting. Yes, I remember you. Your name looks familiar. Can y'all name it? Can y'all name it? I will be dancing today. I will be dancing. Full Jamaican homosexual. Who is Jamaican? I'm not Jamaican. But are you saying that you are? Do I believe that there's another life? Not in the sense that we think of it. Yeah, I don't think it's in the sense of the way we think. I believe it is, but not in the conscious sense that we think. Yeah, so I do believe there's another life, but yeah, definitely not in the conscious way we think. Yeah, I do believe so though. Like I don't feel like you would be conscious of it, you know. That's what I'm saying. But I do believe it is. Right. What about religions? Well, I don't really touch on religion like that. I mean, we grew up as Christians. Well, I don't even really want to say I grew up as one. I mean, it was forced on me. Um, and it's the style, the lifestyle at one point that, I ain't had no choice but to be part of at one point. But um I think everybody got the right to believe and feel how they want to feel. I mean, I'm not like I don't disrespect religions. I think you could believe everything is a belief. Is how I feel. I mean, it is a belief, So everybody, I mean, people got a right to believe in what they want to believe in. Like I'm not a type of person to talk bad about a Christian, talk bad about basically as long as you respect me, I respect you. I don't have nothing against nobody else. Shalom, God bless you and your family from the Holy Land. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. How y'all doing today? Yeah, so we talking about a time you've been accepted and it was negative. Name a time you've been accepted, but it was negative that you were accepted. Can anybody name that on this in this chat? Name a time that you were accepted, but you being accepted was really actually a negative thing. Are we here? Name a time you've been accepted, but you being accepted was really negative. Read your previous comment. Miriam. You said you just joking, but I mean, I don't know, joking about what? I guess it kind of went over my head. I respect you, boy. I respect you. Thank you. So y'all name a time where y'all been accepted, but it was negative for you. It was a negative experience. The fact that you were accepted, because we talk about rejection is negative, but acceptance in some way could be negative. But you should look into it because it's very important, right? What, look into like the afterlife? The religions? Oh, okay. Oh, you was joking about stealing. Oh, okay. 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 Well, I mean, that's my opinion. My opinion was real though, but yeah. But name a time where y'all been accepted, but it was negative that you were accepted. I'm not getting no answers. Where y'all answers at? Where are y'all answers? We talk about rejection, but let's talk about the acceptance. Yeah, let's talk about that. A time you were accepted, but that acceptance really was negative for you. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. What I'm talking about right now is name a time, or it could be a general experience. It don't even have to be your experience. It could be just in general in life that you were accepted, but for some reason, even though you were accepted, it was not positive for you. It was really negative for you. Or it could have been you turning down something that where someone really wanted to accept you, or you had an offer or something, but you turned it down because it didn't, even though it was somebody trying to hand something to you, it was like, well, it's not, I don't want that, because it's negative for me. It could be something like that. So it doesn't even have to be where you literally accept it, but you know what I mean? So anytime you've been accepted, but it was negative for you. I gave one example to y'all. I gave y'all one example. I could think of something else, but I want people to kind of sort of participate. I mean, I'm doing a live to engage with y'all. I'm trying to engage with y'all. So if I'm engaging, I expect engagement. So name a time where you've been accepted and it was actually negative for you. I mean, I could think of one more thing, and I'm thinking of this on a fly. Like I'm not, I'm thinking of on the fly. You said have a good day, bro. Yeah, have a good day. Let me see. I'm trying to think of a thing, another thing where I was accepted, but it was negative for me. Um, I'm trying to think of another situation. Um, did you finish your education, bro? Of course I finished my education. What's up, Odd? Odd, how you doing? Go ahead, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And can you name a time where you was accepted and it was negative for you? This is what we talking about right now. What we talking about right now is a time that you were accepted, but it was a negative experience, the fact that you were accepted. It could have been where you had to turn something down or anything, but it was a situation you was accepted, but it just was like negative though. Like it wasn't something that, because people think that acceptance is always good. To me, acceptance is only good if it's you accepting. Acceptance is only good if it's self acceptance. That's the only time acceptance is really good. Only if it's self. That's how I feel about life. Like acceptance is only good if it's self acceptance. So name a time where you have been accepted and it was a negative experience for you. And I feel like the same thing about rejection. Rejection is only good if it's self-acceptance. If the rejection, well, yeah, self-acceptance is just like the key. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what's going on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's rejection on the outside or acceptance on the outside, it still gotta always be acceptance on the inside. So it's almost like you can't really override the inside with the outside. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta accept yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like regardless of somebody rejecting you or accepting you, you gotta have this self acceptance. Because if you don't got the self acceptance, then what's outside cannot override what's inside. So I see so many random comments. I don't really see nobody participating in what I'm asking about. I've had a few people to participate, but we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. We're not gonna stop. We had a few comments, and I think the ones that have commented, I appreciate it. Yeah, but I don't really see much participation now in the topic. So I might do a video about it and just post a video on that, but I'm not really getting a lot of people participating. Oh, so you said, let me see. So go ahead and subscribe, Art, if you're not subscribed. So you said sometimes your dreams become your nightmare. Okay, what do you mean about that? When you say your dreams become your nightmare, you said, hey, bro, I try to improve. Okay, I got a website, RussellTrilingual, where I teach you English on there. I offer sessions, and then also on here, I talk English. So this is a chance to improve. So you said that sometimes your dreams become your nightmare. What do you mean about that? How does that relate to a way of accepting something, but the acceptance of that? Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how does someone sometime accepting you really become a positive, I mean, a negative experience. Like acceptance is not always good unless it's self acceptance. That's how I feel. Like acceptance is not always good. Like I'm working over here too at the same time, y'all. So like I was saying, like me being like gay, for instance, like, you know, and growing up in an environment where I felt like it was a point in time where I tried to pretty much play straight. You know what I'm saying? I tried to play straight, like I was straight, and there was but people seemed like they accepted me. I don't even know if they did. I mean, I felt like people were more willing, I guess, to accept me based on what I was playing into, right? But that acceptance wasn't good for me because I didn't accept myself within the inside. That was more like self rejection, right? So there's like an example I gave where it's like acceptance could really be negative, but then when you really think about that, that's not really people truly accepting you though, you know. So it's like, but that's like an example of kind of where I was going to, or it could be a job offer with somebody offer you a job and the job paying a little money and it's not a lot or it's not aligning with your dreams and you're like, well, I could have took it, but I just rejected it. It could be something like that. But that was kind of my example with the gay thing, me coming out and me feeling like I was rejected at one point. Well, it was technically wasn't real acceptance. So you said a soccer player dream was playing with Barcelona, the biggest dream. But when he arrived, there were much better players than him. He was ghosted. He said sometimes your dreams become your nightmare. Soccer player was playing. I'm trying to take this in because I'm reading it, but I'm trying to take it in. A soccer player dream was playing with Barcelona's biggest dream. Okay, so that's his dream. Okay, so I got that. That's his dream. He's playing with the biggest team, Barcelona. Okay, I got that. All right. When he arrived, there were much better players than him. Okay, so he got to Barcelona, the big team. He arrived. It was better people than him. But when much players he was ghosted. So it's like everybody left him. So that was his dream, right? So it's like he got accepted. Is what I'm getting from it. He says sometimes your dream because okay, I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying now. I got exactly what you're saying. I got it exactly. Exactly. So it was like he was accepted, but I guess the fact that he was ghosted because of the way that they left, right? Like I get what you mean. I get what you mean. So it was kind of like there was really a negative experience because okay, I got this acceptance, right? Because of the dream, doing what I love doing, right? But the negative experience about that was like, wow, they ghosted you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I thank you for your coming. I appreciate that. That's a good example. Yeah, but at least he tried. I mean, I think it's important to try. You shouldn't be afraid of rejection. You should try at least, and I think it's self fulfilling that he was able to accomplish his dream. You know what I'm saying? Like I would prefer to like jump out on a risk instead of later saying like, dang, I wish I could at least try. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what the future's gonna hold. We don't really know. They say that the past is memories. The present is the only thing that exists now, and they say the future is expectations. If y'all ever heard of it, so even that end up happening that he got ghosted. I think it's still self-fulfilling that he at least tried to do what he did accomplish. Like he could still say, like, I still accomplished what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? You said, hey brother, you have so many bad omens in your okay, I don't get that, got this wow. I don't get that what this person saying. Okay, I'm gonna have to block this person, get them up out of here. Cause they You said, bro, advice in me study. Just keep studying. I mean, keep studying. Just be consistent. Consistent is everything. Consistency. Yes, he got where he wanted to be, but it didn't go like he wished it to be. Right, right. But I feel like just imagine if he didn't. If he didn't try to get to where he wanted to be. Imagine if he was scared or he let fear take over. Then he would still never know that would happen. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just got to jump out there. So I think is more self-fulfilling that he still did it. You know what I mean? Like you cannot grow being scared of stuff. Like it's almost like me. Like I got my online business and I called around to like I'm not gonna lie, I was scared, y'all. I was scared. But I was calling like because I got my online business interpreting, teaching Spanish and French, English online. And it's like when it come down to me working for somebody else, it's like I'm not that scared to do it. And then yesterday, it was a point of when I just jumped out and said, I'm gonna call some people for my own business, because I need to do it. I need the outreach, right? And I was so scared to do it. But now when I look back, I'm like, if I didn't do it, I never would have gotten the no's, because I did get some no's. I never would have gotten potential clients, if I wouldn't at least jumped out there. And sometimes you just be afraid of that no. You scared that people gonna say no. And I'm big, like I'm 37 and I'm still battling with that, but I'm getting to the point and closer to where I'm like, okay, I'm accepting it more. But if I wouldn't have jumped out there and did it, like made my calls and stuff, I would have never knew what the future holds. And I'm still gonna keep working on it. Every day I told myself I'm gonna make sure I call at least about 5 to 10 places a day. That's what I said I'm gonna do. So yeah, so it's always good to take risks. I feel like more in my 20s, for some reason I felt more like, wow, I'm gonna jump out there more. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a little bit more in my 20s. I sort of kind of did it more. In my 30s, not as much, but I feel like I gotta kind of use some of that 20 energy. I gotta use that 20s energy because I don't never think it's wrong to take a risk. I think it's always good because we taking risks every day. And it's all about how you present something too, how things are presented to you. But I think we taking risks really every day. We just so used to it. So baby, calm down, calm down. I don't know the song advice. Need to know the song, bro. Okay. You said yes, at least try. So you right, right, right. I loved it. I loved it. That fills me with so much positive energy because I feel that way, but it's just the fact that you come in, it just made me like, yeah, that's true though. At least try. So, because it's been a lot of things that I haven't tried at some point, and I'm like, I would have regretted it if I didn't try it. You know, like me talking about my business. Like if I didn't call out to the people, I feel like I would regret it because I would like to do something, and even if it didn't work out like I wanted to, I still don't want to live with the regret of saying like, man, I should have did that. I should. It's a book that they got out. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, but I read it in French. La Bibliothèque de Minuit, but it's the Midnight Library, and in Spanish it's La Biblioteca de Medianoche, right? The Spanish so fine. I've been in Mexico for almost 6 years, y'all. So my Spanish is on fleek, right? But yeah, it talks about regrets in that book, and I don't want to get the whole thing away. But the girl in the book, she have regrets at some point, and she tried to like talk about how her life could have been different, and she tried to live like different versions of it. And what I got from the book was like, even if you try to live your life and try to change certain things, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like when you regret and feel like, man, I should have did this. You know what I'm saying? Even if it may seem positive, the change doesn't always mean it's going to just be a positive result. When you live in regret and feel like you could, like, what if you could live something different, in your life now? Would you change anything? So you said, okay, you still will, but okay. Um, you said, why do you don't you laugh? Why you don't? Why I don't laugh? Me? I mean, I laugh. I mean, yeah, sometimes. But I'm natural. Like I'm just not gonna laugh just to laugh. But will this forever? This is the important question. I don't know what you mean though about it. But will this still forever? What do you mean? What do you mean, y'all? Like, will this forever? I don't get what you're trying to say. Thank y'all for subscribing. I appreciate it. We almost at 5,000. We ain't got too many more to go. But y'all keep subscribing. Some of y'all been in here like the whole hour and something. So the people in here that's coming, where y'all from? Where are you from? Odd Jamal, where you from? Yeah, what I'm talking about is name a time where you were accepted and it was negative. Or you can name a time where you was rejected and it was positive. Yeah, a time you was rejected, but it was positive thing. The fact that you was rejected. That's the topic. And thank y'all for the likes. Y'all like. Thank y'all for the likes. Touch the screen, hearts, likes, or whatever. I'm from, where is it at? I never heard of that place. Eritrea. Oh, it's an African continent. What's up? What's up, Nigerians? Subscribe if y'all like the vibe. Subscribe if you like the vibe. No need to hide. You can just be yourself and no one else. Let me see. So it's an African continent. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So I got people watching me all over the world. Wow. See, I'm trying to be global, y'all. I'm trying to be global. I'm global. I am global. I consider myself global. I'm global. I'm all over the globe. Okay, some people in Africa speak French. Um, you from Africa too? Well, y'all go and subscribe to the channel, y'all. I'm global. RussellTrilingual is a global channel. Y'all know I was looking for a global job. I was looking for a global job, but I'm thinking, why do I need a global job when I'm a global person? I mean, why do I need a? It was hard for me to find a global job, like, cause I'm in Mexico and they don't let you work from anywhere. Like the job I was trying to find was full time, but every job full time in the U.S. don't let you work from anywhere, right? But I'm like, well, I'm already global. Like I'm already global because I got my own website and everything. So sometimes we got stuff in us and we don't even see it. You know, sometimes it be so much positive stuff in you, and you just, man, you just don't see it. And I think a lot of, I'm gonna tell you, I think a lot of, I'm not saying social media is just completely negative because some of us say like, oh, social media is just negative. It's negative because, you know, like back in the day when I grew up, how old are y'all in the comments? Because I'm 37, so I might wasn't just like grown in the 90s, but I was old enough to reflect back on how things were then compared to how things are now, you know, especially like the later 90s, kind of mid to late 90s. I kind of had more of I got memories, right, from the 90s. And I also do a lot of nostalgia on my channel. So if you like nostalgia may be different based on the country you're from. So, um, yeah, it's a lot of, with the social media, it definitely has a negative impact on society. I could definitely say that. But I think it depends on how you use it and who you follow. It could be positive, right? So I don't really like to say that, wow, social media is just completely negative. You know, I don't really like to say that. But I think it depends on how you use it. You know what I'm saying? You said this guy looks gay. I am gay. I keep telling y'all I'm gay. Like, why y'all keep asking I'm gay? I'm gay. GAY cap locks on. GAY cap locks on. Homosexual cap locks on. You already put your cap locks on. Put your cap locks on. It is what it is. Okay. So you said, please stop hating on white people. Who hate on white people? Who hate on white people? I'm proud to be gay. Yes, I'm proud to be gay. Why am I proud to be gay? Because I've been through so much when I was younger. I've been through so much, so much. I'm telling you. So I'm proud. I'm gay and I'm proud. Yes. Was I always proud? No, I wasn't always proud. I wasn't always proud. Somebody said you were a disgrace. Um, I would have probably been hurt years ago if it was years ago, but not now. Nothing you can say can hurt me about who I am. Nothing that you can say. It doesn't matter. No words can hurt me. You said I love gay people. Well, go on subscribe if you love gay people. Go on ahead and subscribe to the channel if you love gay people. Go ahead and subscribe. Yep. Somebody said I'm they favorite gay streamer. Yeah. Why does this person like a dummy keep putting, like a dumbass keep putting homosexual up in here? Like, why you keep doing it? I'm gonna have to block you. I'm gonna have to block you for putting it up in here. All right, you gotta go. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you, little boy. I'm so sick of this little boy. I ain't little boy. Quit playing with me, little boy. Dang. Little boy. Quit putting it up in here. All right, he gone, y'all. I'm tired. I got tired of it. All right. All right, so y'all keep it going. Keep it going. All right. Y'all joking. Yeah, peace. 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 All right. Now I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Yeah. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. I kind of know, but I kind of forget too. Like I was talking about, because somebody remind me. I was talking about. See, that's what I'm saying. I hate when people try to throw you off course. So I was talking about. Okay, this person gonna have to marry him. Why do they keep putting straight up in here? I'm gonna block them too. We only want people in here that's really real. We gonna if you come in the same thing, you getting blocked. Okay, we ain't got time for that. You said great conversation, peace. Yeah, great conversation. Thank you. I didn't forget what I was. What was I talking about? I didn't forget. So I was talking about being gay. I was talking about that. But it was like yeah, they keep putting straight up in here. Y'all getting blocked. Like stop putting the same stuff. Um I'm trying to think. What was I? So I was talking about. Let me look at this. Y'all got me like now. Now I don't even know. So I said about being gay or being accepted growing up, and I was saying how it was hard for me to accept myself at one point. Yeah, somebody asked me. Let me see. They said, "Oh yeah," they asked me, "Was I gay?" And I'm proud. Was I a proud gay person? That's what they asked me. Was I proud to be gay? And I said, okay, we got in there. So I was saying that you said my grandfather is fighting diabetes in his bed. I hope he be okay. I mean, I know that they feel how they can feel, because my grandma, she passed away years ago from cancer she had, and man, it hurt so bad. It really, really hurt. Because it hurt to lose people. Period. That's why I say try to just praise people while you're here. Try to uh, um, yeah, try to spend time with people while they're here. Like one thing I hate, y'all, is one thing. This is one thing I hate. I hate when like in real life, like family or just anybody don't really talk to you like that. And then it's like if a funeral or something come up, it's like now everybody want to get together. Like I hate that so bad, like with a passion, because I feel like it's just so fake. Like it's so fake. Why can't you talk to people while they're alive, while they're in your existence? Shout out to Phoenix. All right. Shout out to Phoenix. Why can't you just like be good to people while they're here? You know what I'm saying? Like we so programmed. You know what I'm saying? We so programmed. And I'm not talking about we as in like people here and everybody different, right? But it's like we so programmed. Like really people really fake as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why not talk to people? That's why like I went and visited my family not long ago. Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Do you speak French? Yeah, I went in this in seeing my family about like last year. And I kind of sort of was like doubting it a little bit because I'm like, man, I don't want to spend no money like that. I'm trying to save my money. But then I said, you know what? I can't get time back. I had said, I said, I can't get time back. So is it going to cost me more in time if I miss the moment? Or is it going to cost me more really in money? And that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, is it going to cost me more? Because sometimes something can cost you more in time to where the money really doesn't matter. No, I'm not from France, right? And that's a self reflection. So what I did was what I did was I just did it. I just like I'm gonna just go see my family because I hadn't seen them in a long time. It had been like 5 years since I had seen some people. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go see them anyway. Why we listen to this dumbass yapping? Why am I'm not finna accept this comment. You're gonna have to get out of here. You gone, you blocked, bye, bye, bye. All right, they gone. All right. Any negative comments you getting blocked, all right? And especially if it's towards me. All right. So I went to this person getting blocked. All right, you getting blocked. Yep. So I went to see my family because like at first I was talking about the money because it was so expensive. I'm like, me paying a flight is just, man, it's just too expensive. Right. But then I said that, you said it's tough getting out of hibernation and check in with your family. You did the same thing. Let me take a screenshot of that. Right, right. Because I hadn't seen them in years, and my money was tight. My money was tight, and I really felt like it would have put me in a bind. It would have put me in a bind. I'm like, man, I can't go see them. And I had been putting off every year, but I had questioned myself. I said, is it going to cost me more in money, or is it going to really cost me more in time? We sometimes don't think about that. We sometimes don't think about that, right? Like we don't always think about that, right? Like sometimes we so focused on the money, but when I looked at the time and put it side by side with the money that I was spending, I was like, you know what? If I miss out this moment, because everybody got different schedules, so sometimes people have intentions on coming together, but they don't always have the same schedule, right? And you can't always continue to blame people for things that you don't do, that you might not do right. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. It was the best experience, one of my best experiences I've had in a long time. Because I've been in Mexico for 6 years, so going back allowed me to connect with them on a level that I was used to, and it was a great experience. But if I would have just said, you know what, it's too expensive, I'm not gonna do it, I would have regretted it. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta take risks. No, this is not a food podcast. I talk about language, culture, and dance. You're gonna see me dancing, not now, but I do videos where I dance. Okay. I sometimes talk about the soul food because I'm originally from the South. So sometimes you'll hear me talk about soul food here and there, but this is not a food podcast. You said, yep, cut a lot of people off for my own sanity and then had go back and check. Felt odd though, like I forgot how to be fake. Right. So sometimes what I see, because I know sometimes we can say like, wow, people fake and they're not real and something like that. But sometimes you have to do stuff just for yourself. When you look at it like, I did that for me. Like I don't care about what you did. I'm doing this because I want to do it. So it was like I felt like I needed that. That was something I personally needed. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's another topic. That's another topic. Sometimes you have to just do you, regardless of how anybody feel. You know what I'm saying? If you felt like that's what you needed to do, regardless of how fake somebody is, do you. Yeah, because to me, that's giving them more control over you. When you saying that, I'm not gonna do it because you fake or this, whatever. You can be fake, but I'm doing this because of me. This is what I feel like I needed to do. Look how many jobs you go to every day and you got people being fake. And you going to the job every day and they being fake. I done did it. I done did it before. I done did it plenty of time. But I'm doing it for me. You better believe I'm there to get that money. I don't care about them being fake. I'm there to get that money. So if your family being fake, I'm not there for your fakeness. I'm there because I feel like this is what I feel like I need to do. Now, if you feel like, okay, this ain't what I need to do and you don't want to be, whatever, and it ain't self-fulfilling to you, then don't do it. But if you feel like it's what I need to do, then it's like me calling around people for my business, right? I was calling people, asking them that they need interpreting services. I did that yesterday. Now, of course, there was a lot of fake people and a lot of people that may have said no, some potential people, but I have to do it for me. When I call out for my business, it be fake people. It be people that may say no, some potential yeses, but I'm doing it for my business, right? I'm doing it for me. So I look at the same thing when it comes down to dealing with your family. If you're doing it for you, there's no way you can go wrong. You said clock that. Absolutely. I don't do anything that feels forced. I do right, right. I love your comment. I love your comment. I love your comment. I love it. I love it. I love it. What it say? What languages do you speak? Spanish, English, and French. English is my first language. That's what it is. Don't do nothing that feel forced. So if your family fake and you feel like it's forced that you're going around them, then don't go because it ain't what you want. If they fake, but you like, okay, I feel like this is what I still need to do for me, still go around them. Yeah. Sí, yo hablo español también. ¿Tú hablas español? Qué bien. Te invito a que te suscribas a mi canal. Te invito a que te suscribas si no estás suscrito. Si en este momento estamos hablando de la gente falsa, que la gente no es auténtica y si tú vas con tu familia, que sea algo auténtico que tú quieres por tú mismo. You said, I'm subscribing, I love you, radiate. Si hablo. So you speak French too? Tu parles le français aussi? Oh, très bien, très bien. Tu apprends le français comme tu apprends le français. Comment tu apprends le français? Et tu viens d'où? Right. So you on a perfect channel. You in the perfect channel. I didn't even know that. See, I'm drawing people, y'all. I'm drawing people. 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 Drawing people. I dance too, y'all. So I dance too. So, oui, je suis français. Je suis né à Lyon, français. Oh, bien sûr, mon soeur. On peut parler en français, mais non, en ce moment. Oui, j'étais en train de parler de rejet, d'accepter soi-même, right? So, merci. Je vois que tu es déjà abonné. Tu es déjà abonné. Oui, dans mon chien, je parle français, anglais et l'espagnol. Oui, pour cela, je m'appelle RussellTrilingual parce que je parle 3 langues. Je suis originaire de Memphis, Tennessee, mais j'habite au Mexique. Ça fait déjà 6 ans, presque 6 ans que j'habite au Mexique. OK, mais tu es incroyable. Oh, merci. OK, so tu parles combien de langues tu parles? This is fun, y'all. This is fun. Wow. Which language? I speak French, Spanish, and English. Okay. I'm from the South, Memphis, Tennessee, so I got the Southern flavor, but I'm trilingual. No, I'm not from Nigeria. So you speak French? Ooh, wow. So you speak French, English, Spanish, and Arabic? Oh my, OMG. I don't know how you do it. Did you grow up with those languages? Tu t'es élevé avec ces langues? You said, but I'm trying to learn more languages that dialects. Okay, so I think my French is like about a B2 maybe. I feel like I don't have a lot of contact with French like I want to have. But as you see, I'm conversational. Like as you see, I can have a conversation with you in French. But I would like to continue to improve my French. Continue to do it. And I'm working on it. I offer classes too, so because I know I'm good enough to offer classes, but I need to. I feel like I need to continue to work. Yeah, I would say I'm about a B2 level in French. Je crois que j'ai un niveau B2 en français. Oui. Parce que je peux parler le français, je peux parler bien, je peux comprendre, mais je souhaite m'améliorer en français, comme j'ai dit. Mais je crois que j'ai au moins un niveau B2. Yeah, clairement B2. Right. So I grew up with Arabic, first language. My family is what? How do I say it? Algerian, and then French. The rest I learned. Okay, okay. This sound great. This sound really great. So you learn English too, and your English sound like it's good. Okay, I teach French on my website, so RussellTrilingual.com. I do teach on there. But what am I saying? I was trying to say something else. So you speak English. So you speak English, which is good. I'm doing good from India. I'm surprised that I got so many people from all across the world. Like the people are all across the world. Like but I don't really see normally a lot of black people on my live. So like I got a lot of people across the world, but I see black people from like Africa and stuff. But it would be nice to also have like more African Americans on here too. But I'm getting there. I'm growing my channel, so it is some African American people that comment on my videos. It seems like it's a lane for everything on my channel because it's like when I do the 90s videos from the 90s, how old are y'all? Because I talk a lot about the 90s too. So it be people that comment on the dance videos and they normally be like African American. But it seems like in my chat, I get more people just from all across the world. And I'm very thankful for that. Because I am more of a global, I consider myself more of a global channel. You said, yep, English came naturally because I always been driven by music. Okay. That's what's up because I do music on my channel. Not my own music, but I post videos where I'm dancing to 90s music, and that's great. It's great. I'm glad to hear that. It's so good. None of it was in French. Well, I've been listening to music in French. I love NTM. I love what's their name? I am. I love I am. I love like all the old school French music. Yeah, but of course I speak Spanish better than French because I'm in Mexico. Okay, let me see. So you said I'm so glad I came across this channel. What? Hold on, wait. What you talking about? You talking about the comment in here, or what you saying? He's saying African Americans usually can't write, so I won't be able to comment. What kind of comment is that? That's just a negative comment. Like, where are you from commenting like that? Oh, so you saying t'écoute? Oh, well, t'écoute, NTM, ATM, T1, les gens, I can't believe. Right, j'aime bien les groupes de rap en français. J'aime NTM et j'aime IM. Hello from North Korea. Hey, North Korea, how you doing? You sound fruity. Well, I don't know why you would say that. I mean, but I am gay. Like, come on. But I love them. Yeah. T'écoute, NTM, et IM. 2M, NTMOC, EIM. All right, I'm about to get ready to log off in a minute because I got to start the work. I'm probably gonna start working in a minute because I need to make some money. So you said the icons of French rap. Wow, I love Supreme NTM growing up. Okay, that's what's up, my being. Okay, I'm gonna probably start putting some more music on my channel, like some more 90s stuff that's French. MC Solar, j'aime MC Solar, j'adore MC Solar, j'adore Edith Piaf. Tout à quel âge? Parce que j'ai 37 ans. Oui, et j'ai découvert les groupes de rap de français en 2013, je crois. Comme j'ai trouvé ces musiques sur YouTube en 2013, j'ai commencé à apprendre le français en 2013. Oui, mais je n'étais en train de pratiquer. Ok, je n'avais pas pratiqué tous les jours parce que c'était difficile parce qu'il n'y avait pas de gens pour pratiquer en français. mais c'est bon que je peux parler en français avec les gens sur mon chien. Je viens de Memphis, Tennessee. Et tu viens d'où? Tu viens d'où? Oh my God, MC Solar 2, I'm 32. That's all French artists I used to. Right, yep. Je viens de Memphis. Je suis originaire de Memphis, Tennessee. Et toi? Tu viens d'où? Tu viens d'où? Tu viens d'où, mon frère? Bon samedi. Oh, tu viens de France. Comment est-ce que tu as trouvé mon chaîne? Dis-moi comment est-ce que tu as trouvé mon chaîne? Okay, de France. Okay. So you say incroyable. I'm definitely coming back to this channel. Je dois y aller, mais je reviendrai for sure. Oui, tu es bienvenu sur mon chaîne. Ça me fait plaisir de pouvoir parler avec toi en français. On était en train de parler avec les groupes de rap. Je vous souhaite une bonne journée. Bonne journée. Je te fais un câlin. Un gros câlin. Moi aussi. Oh, toi aussi. Abonne-toi si tu n'es pas encore abonné, mon frère. Abonne-toi parce qu'on parle français, on parle espagnol et on parle l'anglais sur mon chaîne. Je suis originaire de Memphis, Tennessee et en ce moment, j'habite au Mexique. Abonne-toi, abonne-toi. Abonne-toi, mon frère. Abonne-toi. Tu aimes quelle musique? Quel type de musique? Tu aimes quel type de musique? Oui, bonne journée, Darine. Bonne journée. Hi, what do you think about yourself? I think I'm a great person. I know I'm a great person. Yeah. Are you Jason Rulo from Timo? Nah. So we got a couple people that speak French. I love it. I love it, child. Y'all subscribe if y'all haven't subscribed yet. What do you think about TikTok? Ooh, TikTok. I think TikTok is um it's a place where I mean, I don't know. It feel like it's changed since I had first started doing it. It feel like it's changed. Right. It feel like it's changed. Somebody asked, "Are you an ICE agent?" No, no. Why would I be? Yeah. So it's changed since I felt like I had started. Um, it just seemed like it just steals so much of your mental focus. You know what I'm saying? I just get on there and do my dance videos, and then I put it on my YouTube. I just get on there, do my dance videos, and then I mirror it to my YouTube. So somebody said, "What do you think about immigration?" I understand. You know, I understand in a way because it's like, man, it's hurtful. You know, a lot of people have tried to leave their countries um and I know it could be hard, like just based on what you see on the news and stuff like that. I know it could be hard. I really can't even really relate too much. Really, it's not. I can understand, but it's hard for me to relate because I've never been in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I can understand people. So I can understand from their standpoint of what I see, and I think it's sad. It's really sad. I just wish that everybody can have everything that they want, and I think it's a way. But man, it's just sad. It's sad to me. That's what I think about it. What do I think about ICE? I think it's I think it can be sad too. Yeah, I think it can be sad based on the things that have happened. Some things that have happened the way that it's happened. I think that's sad too. But I think everything got something. Everything in life has something positive, and everything has something negative. So I just think it's just sad. Just either way it go. But it could be a positive side to it too. Because you gotta have rules. You gotta have rules at the end of the day. So I can understand both sides. Whether positive or negative, I can understand both sides of it. We're born free, all of us free. Some don't believe it. Some try to take it away. To hell with them. Right. Yeah. So, hi, what the live about? Just join. Okay, so the live is really about what we talking about. What the live is about you being rejected in a way that it was positive. That was a positive experience. You've experienced rejection, but it was positive, or have you been accepted and it's been negative? That's really what we were talking about, but it's going different ways. And right now, the question I'm at, you can still answer that, but thank you for joining, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So you said, what about the ICE shooting a woman? Okay, so now I normally don't like to really bring too many. Well, it's not really political, but let's talk about it. Like, I like it. I like to be talking about it, right? So you said, what about ICE shooting a woman? Okay, so I don't really know the story, right? I don't really know the story about exactly what happened. Okay. Now, what I heard on the news, I've heard, and just social media, I heard that she was obstructing them from doing their work. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard, right? What do y'all heard? I've heard that she was obstructing, right? But when I looked at it, it looked terrible. Like, I don't think nobody deserved to die. I don't think in that case, if she wasn't doing, I just don't think she deserved to die, right? I don't think so. Like, I can't say I don't agree with it. I do not agree, with it. But I don't know the situation of it, of the story of exactly what happened. I know from what I've heard, the ICE is trained a certain way, right? They have to follow certain protocols. So I can only speak from my personal. Let's just take it like this. I'm going to speak from my personal feelings, how I feel about the situation. But I can't speak from facts because I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm not an ICE agent, so there's no way I could really speak from facts. Okay. So you asking me, what do I think about the shooting? I think it was terrible. I don't think nobody deserved to die. I don't think she should have been shot. I don't think she should have been. Like, it's sad. Like, I hate it. And it's speaking from my personal feelings. Like, I hate it. From a facts, I don't know. I don't know the story. I don't know the story. I don't know their protocols. So I cannot speak from facts of their situation. I can only speak about what I've seen, and I feel like, wow, it was really sad to see a woman die. Just anybody die is always sad to me. But things in the world happen where certain things have to happen in certain cases. Like, what if somebody was trying to kill a lot of people? You know what I'm saying? Would you want that person to live and so many innocent people to die? So it's just like I say. In this case, though, I feel like that was a sad, really sad. It was sad to see that because I've seen it, and it's just sad. It's just deliberating. And I don't like to talk about stuff for attention. Some people get online and they talk about these things because they know that it'll bring attention, and I'm not that type of person. I just like to talk about what I'm talking about. But you brought the question to me, so that's cool. But I'm not a type of person. Oh, let me see what's going on. Let me get on the internet and let me talk about it so I can get 100 likes or 1,000 or 100,000. I'm not that type of person. Like, people talk about it for monetization and for attention. I'm not saying everybody do it, but you got some people that do that, and I don't really try to do that on my channel. Like, I try to always just be me and talk about what I represent, which is languages, culture, and vibe. But if you ask me a question, of course I'm gonna let you know what I think about something. You know. Russell Trussell, what's up, Thomas McVeigh? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Saturday. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna probably be partying. I might party. I used to go out more often. But in Mexico, I like going out, right? But I like going out more for the presence of being around people. Like sometimes I've got like so bored in the house and I'm like, I just need to be around some people. But my vibe, I don't really go out much for the vibe. I don't go out for the vibe because I've been clubbing so long and I feel like my vibe is at home. You know, I got my own vibe. So I go out mainly because I just may be tired of being in the house and I'm like, I just want to be around people. That's why I go out. But I don't go out because of no vibe, because my vibe is on fleek. And of course, don't nobody really be playing the music I be really truly want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So I just decided to, I still go out now. I'm not close to going out, but I like hearing my own stuff, like my own music, having my own drinks. You know what I'm saying? I like having my own drinks, my own vibe, my own music. And if I ever opened up a club, which I thought about opening up a club, it'll be my own vibe. You know what I'm saying? If I had my club, I would have my own vibe. I would have R&B music. I have 90s music. I'll touch on some of the 80s music in the early 2000s. And, you know, I'm going to have some tequila up in that joint. I'm going to have some tequila. I'm going to have some, let me see. I'm going to have some beer too. Man, these people going to be wild. They're going to be wild in my club. I feel like it's going to be wild, but I'll try to keep it like it's going to be a good class, a up class club, you know. It ain't going to be no hole in the wall club. Yeah, it's going to be an up class club if I ever open up a club. If I open up a club, would y'all come? Would y'all hit the club up? Or should I do a bar? A bar or a club? A bar or a club? Which one should I do? Should I open up a bar or a club if I ever opened up one? I'm probably gonna do club. I scream club. My environment scream club because I like to dance. I love to dance, so it definitely be a club. It ain't gonna be no bar. It'll be a club. If I ever opened up one, it'll be a club. Yep, I opened up a club, and what would my hours be? I would have my club going into, it won't be like to no 5 in the morning. And I done partied really late in the morning, but it'll probably be, my club will probably close at like 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. Like 3 in the morning, something like that. If I opened up a club, I'll probably be open from 10 to 3, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Or let me see, 9 to 3 or something like that. It'll probably be like 9 to 3 in the morning. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So it'll be 6 hours of clubbing. 6 hours R&B music clubbing. Or should I do two? Two sound like it's better. It won't be open that long. It'll probably be to about like, I'll say 2 o'clock in the morning. We ain't leaving to 2 in the morning. Yeah, it'll be like 2. It'll probably be like from 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, like 5 hours. I think that's like, because I'll be clubbing like 9. Yeah, that's a nice time, man. If I had a club from 9 to 2. Oh, yeah, I like parties. Yeah, I love to party. I'm a party boy. I love to party. Yeah, you can't tell. Yeah, I love the party, man. Especially when it's like an old school 90s party. Like, man, it's like, I love it. Especially those type. So y'all subscribe if y'all not subscribed so y'all can see my dancing. I'm gonna do some more dance videos today. I'm gonna probably put some videos up of me teaching like doing basic language videos. But yeah, I love the party. I love a party. I love a party. I love a party. I love the party, y'all. You said I'm a gay young nigga who gets bullied and ooh, now this is a good comment. Okay, let me see. Well, not technically good, but they say I'm a gay young nigga who gets bullied in school. Can you give me tips to become like you? I love that. So you feel inspired. So can you tell me what grade you in? Like your age, like around what age you are? You said I'm a gay young nigga who gets bullied in school. Can you give me tips to become like you? So um I went through the same thing that you're going through. Like when I was in high school, I was bullied. Um a lot of the bullying really actually happened when I was younger than 17. A lot of things happened in elementary. So I went through elementary being bullied. I went through um, middle school being bullied. And then I went through part of my earlier high school being bullied. Okay, let me ping your comment here. So the tips I would say, man, it's really hard. It's very hard. Because I can understand that. Because I can tell you, well, just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? I can just say that. I could say just fake it. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel like you can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? You can't hide it. So, and I know in those days being in high school, like it's not the same as being an adult. Um, Well, I'm gonna say start inside. Start inside. Like first, you gotta accept. Do you feel like you accept yourself? Is what you want to first start with that. You want to accept yourself. Um, it was hard for me to do that in high school, and I wish that they had social media now and somebody like me on this type of platform that could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up in a family where they was Christians. And I couldn't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I was bullied, but suck it up. It just I wasn't supported. So it was hard for me. So I would say first accept yourself. Like, do you feel like you accept yourself? Do you genuinely feel like, regardless of them bullying you, that you genuinely accept who you are? Like, let's start with that first, and then I'm gonna give you more tips, more so how I would do it. But if you're saying you want to be more like me now, that's what you would do. What you would do, you would accept yourself. Now that takes time, but you want to accept yourself. Like you don't want to be, even if somebody rejects you and you feel like, well, they're not being my friends, but accept it. Accept it. Trust me, it's gonna pay off in the long run when you accept who you are. And I'm speaking for myself. I accept who I am at this point. So what I want to know, do you feel like you accept yourself? That's what I want to know. Do you feel like you do, regardless of the bullying or what's going on? Now, I also want to say, man, tell on them people. Man, scream, man, voice your opinion, everybody. You said, all right, I should accept myself. I keep thinking what they think. Right, right. Don't give a don't give a fuck what they think. Like to accept yourself, that's the only thing matters. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I'm 37, so I'm 20 years older. But when I grew up during those times, I felt like I was gonna be rejected. Right? You got everybody, all the friends together, and you feel like you excluded, feel like you're on the outside. I was in middle school listening to Janet Jackson. I ain't gonna lie, I was in middle school listening to Jackson. I love Janet, right? And a lot of kids was talking about, oh, why you listening to that old music and stuff back then? And I'm gonna be honest, it made me second guess myself a lot of times because, okay, they don't like me because I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? So I second guess myself a lot. Well, maybe if I start talking to some girls, maybe it'll help them accept me. But the whole time, that's not really acceptance though, because it's an image. They accepting you for a false image that's not you. You know what I'm saying? So, but you're gonna still be rejecting yourself inside the whole time. So my tip, or I would just relate this to my experience. First of all, I would accept myself, and I just wouldn't care what they think. I would accept myself, and I just wouldn't care what they think. It's hard to do that, but what's going on in the background when you're doing it long term, you're seeing who's real and who's fake. That's what you're seeing. It may not feel like it's helpful at the point when you're accepting yourself and they are thinking certain things about you, but in the background, what is going on, you're really seeing who's real and you're really seeing who's fake. Okay. Because if I got a fake, like I'm straight, right? For you to like me, then well, you must be the fake one because you're not really accepting me for who I am. So you got to stand 10 toes down on just being yourself. That's why I didn't do that. Yeah, I did not do that. When I was in high school, I didn't. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. And when I look back at my senior year, I had went to the prom too. And I felt some type of way about not going, because I know I didn't like girls, and I know I didn't, you know, but I felt some type of way of I did go. I did end up going. Um, but bro, I shut the prom down. Like it was so many girls that wanted to dance up on me. And I knew I was gay, but I know my confidence because I still had some confidence within me. I shut the whole prom down. 2007, that thing was everybody was talking about me because I always was like a person that came to school like couldn't really afford the best clothes at one point, and I got a job, started working. Man, I shut it down, and it was all because of my confidence. I wasn't really technically trying to be nobody else, but it was just like, man, my confidence really, like I noticed out of the years how my confidence, if like don't limit you said thanks, man. Glad to know there are people like me. You're welcome. I appreciate that. But I'm just saying, like a lot of the times your confidence is what you really need to work on sometimes. You just being confident. Don't wait until somebody accepts you to be you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like when I was going through that phase in school and I felt like I was being rejected because I was gay, when I look back, it was a good thing. I don't want you fake. I don't want no fake person in my life. If I'm gay and you don't want to accept me because of that, I don't want you anyway. Like I'm gonna be the one rejecting you. Like I'm gonna be the one thinking things about you. You're the one gonna have to worry about me. Like, come on now, we gotta have some empowerment in ourselves. You said that you keep thinking what they gonna think about me. Well, they gonna have to be worried about what I'm gonna think about them. Okay, like it's two sides to this thing, right? It ain't just about them. Matter of fact, it ain't got shit to do with them. It's about you. It's about you. Got nothing to do with them. Right. So it's like they have to worry about what I'm thinking about them. They ain't, look, I'm in control. Like, come on, you gotta take control of that, like 100%. And like I say, if they bullying you, like in a way, like they trying to hurt you or fight you, you better keep reporting it to the principal. You better keep doing it. You better keep reporting it to the principal. If they ever try to do something, and they're gonna say, "Oh, he weak, he weak." No, no, they ain't weak. Like you trying to protect yourself, you know. So I would be reporting it every single day. I would sleep in the principal office. I would be, look here, like y'all better do something about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I understand it's two parts to your situation, and they not gonna want to say this in the school. A lot of stuff I'm telling you, they not gonna want to say that in the school. Guess what? Because they going through some of the same stuff. Like sometimes people in the school got to worry about what the other teachers gonna think about me, what the principal gonna think about me. Look, some people older than you and older than me still don't have the confidence that I got. I'm telling you, age ain't always experience. You know what I'm saying? I've seen older people than me and you go through something similar. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about having that confidence. And sometimes you have to hear words. Words are powerful. Okay. Words are very powerful. Just like the words can be negative and powerful, some positive words can be even more powerful. So you said I also felt excluded. Let me see. We got another comment. Thank you for your comment. Okay. Y'all subscribe if y'all not subscribed. I will be talking about more topics that's related to this more often. So you said, is that a gun? No, it's not a gun. I don't know what you're talking about. You said I also felt excluded, but I didn't focus on what other people had to say about me. And my sense of self was rooted in what I was doing, both academically. Okay. So that's definitely a positive way to see it. You know, you didn't focus on I was worse than I was in a terrible position. In high school, man, and after high school was terrible too because I really didn't accept myself, like not at all. Like, I would cry sometimes. It would hurt, like, just going through what I'd been through. Like, it's been times I've cried. I remember my aunt one time when I was younger. I was probably about, I live in Mexico. I was probably about, probably like 12 or 11 years old. And we was moving some stuff. I think it was at my grandma's house or something. Some stuff we was moving, and I was helping her. Right, I was helping her do it, and with a good heart. I had a good heart to help her. I'm like, I'm gonna help her move this. It was something we was lifting that was heavy, and she seen or she felt that I was sort of kind of struggling with it, and she was like, "Boy, be a man. Stop being like a girl." You know what I'm saying? If that didn't hurt, and then what I did was I went in my closet and I cried in the tears so bad because I felt like, man, like, why would she say that? You know what I'm saying? And I can go back to that pain and feel how you feel. It's like, man, she said that. And I was like, man, and it hurt. So I can understand how they feel, but I didn't have nobody to tell me the same thing that I'm telling you. We talking about that was probably like in the early 2000s, probably. And she said that, and it really hurt. And yeah, so I can go back and I'm talking to you firsthand based on my experience, firsthand. And yeah, it hurt. Like, I literally cried. And I tried to go to one of my cousins, and I believe he gay, definitely. Like, definitely. Like, I really almost know, but I don't want to get into nobody else's life, but I'm just saying. And he didn't really support me like that. And I think it was more so because we still was two different people. You know what I'm saying? Even at a young age, even though I wasn't all the way there, confidence wise, it's always been a sense of me like kind of sort of deep inside, knowing that okay, I gotta do me, type thing. So yeah, it hurt bad, and he didn't really do much to help. You know what I'm saying? But I sort of kind of felt like he could feel where I was coming from, but it was like he didn't really help. So it was like, yeah, it really hurt. Like, I can know how I feel. Was there someone who helped you like this in your life when you were down? Later in life. I feel like it was later in life. Like, it wasn't early in my years. Like, it wasn't really like in my childhood. Like, when I go back to my childhood was in the 90s. Like, years ago, 90s and early 2000s. Wait a minute. It was a therapist. It was a therapist that kind of helped me through it. But I was already like in my 20s. Like, when I went to therapy, I was like in my 20s. Probably like 20. Right. When I first went to therapy, I was 20. So no, it was no one that helped me firsthand like this, like they helped me. No. Mm-mm. I'm trying to think, because I got to think. It was nobody. I can't think of nobody. It was mostly everybody was against me because I only had my family, and they was going to church. They was believing in their own religion and things, and they felt like it was wrong. And no, I wasn't supported by no one I could think. Not as a child. At your age, 17 is what you really want to know. No, I wasn't. Anybody watching this to be a real man? Choose girls, not men. Okay, that's your own thing. Um, it say I'm not gay. I'm girl, but I understand it must feel bad when you can't really express yourself because you're labeled and put down. Right, right. And we were talking. Somebody in here was just commenting. They were saying they was bullied in school, and I feel like, honestly, I don't feel like the schools do enough about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really don't. Like, I've sort of kind of seen things. Even me being a grown adult, I have seen things in the day that schools don't really do, but then they got so many strict protocols and stuff like that that they don't really do it, because they trying to follow the book. Um, so I don't agree with that, because I know schools don't sometimes do nothing about it, but it's because they so locked into the protocol that they got. But bro, if I had a school, man, I couldn't have a school. Yeah, not today. Because in the 90s, growing up, schools was different. Schools wasn't like now. But I still feel like even back then, it still would have been harder to even go to people in school, like the schools I grew up in. talking about you gay and this and stuff. And yeah, it would been very hard back then. Like I said, I've been in that position. Like, schools was different back then than it is now, but I feel like a lot of some stuff still the same. So but yeah, they used to bully me. Yeah, I was a bully. I was bullied all the time. You act like a girl. Why you switch? Why you walk like that? I was bullied a lot. Yeah, so I can definitely feel your pain. All right. So how they will protect your family? How they will protect? Who will protect their family? Yeah, it must have been very hard. Yeah, it was hard back then. Cause like I said, we didn't have social media. Like y'all got the phones and stuff. We didn't have none of that. We ain't had none of that back then. It was just your family. Yeah, your family, and just who was at school. Cause I would just go from school and home, school and home. And like I said, we had the internet, but the internet wasn't like Facebook. It was no Facebook. Like the times I'm talking about, it was no such thing as Facebook. It was no YouTube. It was none of this stuff. Like nothing. Okay. Like it was no such thing as social media. Like back when I was growing up, it was no. So it was no one I could go to in '08 and log on a live and I can tell them what I'm going through and I probably wouldn't have went to therapy if I had someone like that. I probably wouldn't have went. It probably would influence my decision. You said like now, like yeah, now, but see the thing also about the social media, you gotta connect with the right person. You gotta connect with the right people because everybody on here is just not always the positive influence type person. Not everybody, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta, follow people that can relate to you. I think there's no one that's gonna give you the best advice than somebody that has experienced what you've experienced firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Like no one can give you the better advice to me than someone that has walked the same mile. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they can dress it up or say whatever, but like I'm gay, I've been through it, so it's no one to me in my experience that's going to give you the best advice compared to someone that has experienced it firsthand. That's just my honest opinion. You know, so yeah. So you said, yeah, we can connect with people now. So it's a good thing that we can connect with people, which is positive. Are you racist? No, I'm not racist. I'm not racist at all. But y'all don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Y'all keep subscribing. So when I go live again, y'all can see me talk about it. Y'all can see my dance videos. I didn't even realize I was so much of an influence to people. I didn't even realize it. I mean, it's good to see that I'm really of influence to people. So who we got? We got 20 likes. I appreciate y'all likes. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet. What's going on, my people? What's going on? So we've been talking about different topics. We've been talking about like being gay, the difficult parts of being gay, being bullied, how to deal with that. Bro, I have completed my MBBS last year, just like last year, but still a jobless. What to do now? So, what do you mean about your MBBS? What do you mean about your I don't know what you mean about the MBBS. What is that? Let me look that up. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I gotta look that up. MBBS. MB. Oh, it's a degree. Okay, I see. It's a Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery. So it's a degree which is needed to become a doctor. Okay, so you completed the MBBS last year, but still jobless. What to do now? So you from India. I'm gonna just give you just my personal. I mean, like I didn't complete no bachelor's degree technically, so I can't really speak to a personal experience like that because I haven't been through the exact same thing. Um, I would only focus on what I can control, right? So I would feel happy that, like, wow, I did this. I would look at it as a personal accomplishment. Like, wow, I'm so happy that I was able to, not everybody can complete a 4-year degree and do what you do, whatever how long it took you, right? So I would just accept that, I know that I can't control the situation, the fact that the job market might be, hard or difficult there. I won't give up. I would still try to figure out a way that I could put it to some use. Um, and I just would be happy that I completed it. I would focus on more what I can control than worry about. I would be happy about what I can control than to worry about what I can't control, because it's like whether I worry or don't worry, the results are going to be the same thing. Whether I worry or don't worry. So I would focus on a positive mind to say that, well, man, at least I did it. There's a lot to do. That's a lot to do to study for so many years. So I think that you should be happy that you did it, that you accomplished it. But don't worry about what you can't control. Because like I said, you just can't control this situation. It seems like a situation that's completely out of your hands. So when it's out of your hands like that, I think, it's sort of kind of like you don't have no choice to accept it. Like, for instance, I can relate to you. Like right now, I got my own business, right? Online, right? So right now, I'm trying to get clients, right? Trying to get more clients. I'm trying to build, right? I'm trying to build my business. Um, Now in the process, I've been trying to. Sometimes I'll try to get like a full-time job or something like that, and it's been kind of difficult to land one. So I just look at the positive side of it. I look at the positive side. Like, I look at, okay, I got more time to do what I want. You know what I'm saying? I may not have a full-time job, but I got my own business. So I got more time to work on my business. I got more time for marketing. So I try to just see that positive side. Like, I can't control who's gonna say we'll hire you full time or who would not. I just don't have no control over it. So I look at the same thing here. You've completed the hardest part. Like, you doing it for many years, like ever how long it took you to complete the degree. I mean, everybody don't even do it. And then you got people that's got jobs that didn't have the courage to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that when you look at what you've done, you just it's incredible. So that's what I would say, dude. And like I say, you could still try to, like, if you really need a job, just try to find a job. Try your best to find a job that aligns to what you're studying, though. Like, even if it's not a doctor, but I think you can do it. But like I say, just be appreciative of what you've accomplished. Because with or without a job, there's still an accomplishment. With or without a job, there's still a great accomplishment. Like, congratulations. That's what I gotta say. Congratulations. If nobody ever told you, congratulations. So, yeah. You said it took 8 years for me to complete it. Now I'm 33. Wow, yeah, that's quite a while. 8 years. And you've been looking for a job for a year? For 1 year now? Yeah, that's a while. That's quite a while. I mean, I can understand why you feel the way you feel. Yeah, I can understand the way you feel the way you feel. Yes. But like I say, it's still an accomplishment. So I still would, I mean, like, I feel like if you didn't do it, you probably would may regret it, right? If you didn't do it, you did it, you accomplished it. That's still an accomplishment. With without a job, to me, that's still an accomplishment. Like, no matter how you put it, it's an accomplishment, and I would be happy with an accomplishment. And then some people change careers. Some people change careers. Ain't nothing wrong with change careers. But I think for most part, like I said, I will be definitely thankful and good that you said now it seems like just a regret and a waste and a time waste, bro. I really hate to see things as a waste of time. I have felt that way before, like, wow, this is like a waste of time of me doing whatever, you know. Sometimes I felt that way, but I don't think nothing is really a waste of time because our time is limited. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if that was in your heart and that's what you wanted to do, this person is being stupid. I'm blocking you. They kind of come in this like no. So yeah, I feel like that I can't really say. I think everything is a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a lesson. Like I can't just say nothing is truly a waste of time. You have to go through things in life. And I think even if we talk about just life in general, you know, sometimes it just take you things to time to just see things, you know. Like you did it for 8 years. You see that the job market is not the best. Um, you know, so I think everything is a lesson, but at the same time, you should be appreciative that you did it. You know, I don't think it's a waste of time. You know, sometimes it takes us a while to learn things, you know. It's something that's out of your control, you know. So like I say, I think you should appreciate it. I think you should still at least try to find a job in it, but then keep your options open to other stuff too. Like keep your options open. I mean, that's the only thing you can control. You know, you can't really go back, you can't really change it, but you can always better today. Somebody keeps saying, thoughts on Nikki being with Trump administration. Oh, thoughts on Nikki being with okay, so you want to know my thoughts on that? I don't really know much about it. Like I don't watch politics. Yeah, I don't watch politics that much. I kind of sort of pick up on certain things, but I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, they people at the end of the day to me. Nicki Minaj, I mean, they people are people at the end of the day to me. Oh, you welcome. Yeah, people are people at the end of the day to me. I mean, no matter what your title is. Like, no matter what your title is, people are people at the end of the day. I don't know about her being with the Trump administration. I mean, it's what they decided to do, I guess, right? They just decided to come together. I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, she's still a person at the end of the day, like anybody else. Like, does she supposed to be different just because she rap or right? So I mean, I'm not trying to put nobody down because I like Nicki Minaj music. You know, I like Nicki Minaj music. I do. Like some of her songs, not all her songs. I don't like all her songs, but I like some of them. But at the end of the day, they people. That's how I look at it. That's why I say I don't really watch politics a lot. but because we got social media today, sometimes because I'm on my phone, I can't help but to kind of sort of see pieces of certain things. But man, I try and keep up with them folks. I'm not trying to keep up with them people. And then I'm not trying to like do videos for likes about it. You know, sometimes people just trying to do videos because they want likes, they want views, so they try to talk about this stuff. But I'm not the type of person to do that. I'm not the type of person that like, oh, I'm finna talk about them so I can get 1,000,000 views or 100,000. Like, no, I'm not like that. Like I talk about nostalgia, but of course, if you bring it to my channel, I don't mind coming. You said it was a problem is her major fan base was black. Well, it kind of sort of what we was talking about though. You know, we was talking about like self acceptance and things like that. I mean, you think she cared though like that? Like, do you think she cared that her main fan base is black? Do you think she cared? Like, I'm just asking you honestly. I can't speak for her. Like, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, do you really think she cared like that based on actions? Like, do you think she cared like that? I still like her music too. Yeah, I'm still gonna like certain songs by her. I'm still gonna like certain songs because it's just I like that music. Certain thing, not everything. I could probably name about probably like 4 songs, like 3, 4 songs I like about like with Nicki Minaj. I don't like every single song, but I like about like a few songs, and it's just for myself. I liked it. Like I'm not like yeah for myself. I liked it. The song I like, my favorite song by her, I'll say, "Moment for Life." If I could have this, I don't even know how to sing it though, but it's like Moment for Life. The Moment for Life song, it's like my favorite Nicki Minaj song by her. So whenever I want to listen to something, I just go to the song and I listen to that. And it's the main one. And it's like Chun Li, the Chun Li song, this one. But nah, I don't really listen. And I just think that, like I say, she might not even care about her fan base like that, especially at the level she at now. You know what I'm saying? Like she really, like I say, she made it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I can't speak. I'm not trying to speak for her, but I'm just speaking from my own personal way of seeing things. Like I think that politics is life, brother, because if you don't care about what's going on, they would exploit you. If you don't care about what's going on, they will exploit you. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying I don't care about what's going on. Stuff like ICE and stuff going on. Trump doesn't think we're people. He thinks we are animals. I'm not saying that I don't care about politics like that, but I don't let it control my life. You know what I'm saying? I just don't let it control who I am and control my life. So I'm not saying that I don't care at all, but I'm not just so wrapped up in it that I'm not trying to build my own lane. You know what I'm saying? It's not distracting me from building my own lane. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for subscribing. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Yep. So we almost at 4,000. We still building, still climbing, y'all. So who else we got in here? Bro, there is nothing black, white, mulatto, or something. It's just the quality of melanin pigmentations. I hope everyone agrees. If not, just ignore it. Well, I don't know what the comment is coming from, what triggered it. Uh okay, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. You mean that you looking at color from a scientific standpoint of view, and you pretty much like just kind of. I get what you're saying. Like from a scientific point of view, you breaking the pigmentation down instead of saying like, oh, you black or you white, or you breaking it down from. I love that. Yeah, I get what you mean. So see, look at the degree. You got that degree, 8 years, and you got the knowledge. You got that knowledge. You got the knowledge that people don't have. Just getting on this live sharing it is something that maybe if you didn't have the degree, maybe you wouldn't be able to have that same knowledge, or maybe you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So I think having that degree and that knowledge still counts for a lot. So yeah, but people ask me so many different questions, and like I said, I just don't make my channel about politics. But if you come on and you want to talk about something, I can't give you really no factual information, but I can speak on how I feel, like how I feel about what you bringing to me. So like I said with Nicki Minaj, I just feel like, man, she already done got to where she wanted to get to. So I can't, you know, I feel like maybe she might not just care about her fan base like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she don't. I'm not gonna say not care, but I don't know. I mean, because it's like this kind of going back to what I was talking about. Like somebody just being upfront and being, because like I say, in the business world now, like when you're in the spotlight like that, and especially when you're trying to come up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just speaking on what I just sort of feel, you know what I mean? In the business world and what they go through, trying to make it and trying to come up, they may have to fake for a long time to really get to where they trying to get to. And I'm not saying everybody in Hollywood, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like when you first start, I'm sure that people that's out, right, might not be necessarily being real to their public or to their fan, like 100% real, right? Like they probably finessing it for a long time until they get to where they're trying to get to. You know, they could be. So I'm just saying, like, at a certain point, Like once they get to where they going, they may be more open to just be like, I made it to where I'm trying to get to, so I'm gonna just do me. Like I'm gonna be me now. Like I'm like I don't. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna hurt me if I lose this fan base at this point. It's not gonna hurt me if I. So I think that kind of ties into more of what the person was saying earlier about Nicki Minaj. Like I think certain times people get to a certain status that even if they lost their fans, I mean, or certain people, it wouldn't matter because they already at the status or the level. Like maybe if it was years ago, you know what I'm saying, and she maybe was first starting out, you know what I'm saying, she probably wouldn't have, right, would have did a different thing, right? Because at that time when this status, a lot of her money or a lot of her image depended more on the fans, right? But now I feel like she could be at a status now where it's like, wow, I done made it to where I got to, so it's not gonna hurt me really if I just be honestly who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like when you see people that's you feel like, okay, now that they wow, I never believed they would do that. That's because they was hiding the whole time to me. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't really just being. That's how I just see it. You know what I'm saying? But because in the industry, when you starting out like that, I definitely believe a lot of people will fake an image first and fake it until they make it. There we go. Fake it until they make it. You got people that faked it until they made it. And they're at a certain status where it don't even matter no more. If I'm making lose 10,000 fans. Is it gonna matter? Not nope. So that's just how I look at this situation. But at the same time, I can't speak for her personally. Like I don't know what's going on in her mind. Like, I'm just saying the way my opinion of how I see it. Based on personal experience. So you said more knowledge helps in the more brain development. Thanks for making me understand, brother. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you for being here, for taking the time to be here. Yo, what's good, Kanye West? They calling me Kanye West. Okay, thank y'all for subscribing. We going up. I almost hit 5,000. I almost hit 5,000. We this close. This close. All right. Any more questions, y'all? I'm probably about to cook me some waffles in a minute. I need to work in a minute. Take like about probably one call or something. I need to take about one. Probably at least one or two or something like that. But what's going on, y'all? Any more questions? Any more things y'all want to ask? Welcome to the live. Happy Saturday. Y'all come on in. It's been going for a long time, this live. Y'all can go back and watch it too if you want to watch it. And it's definitely going to help my watch time on YouTube. But yeah, I always like to be front with people, straight up with people. Like I'm not the type of person that lie. Like what you see I'm presenting is what it is. So whenever I make it big, you ain't gotta say, well, Russell he sold out or he ain't being himself or cause I already let y'all know up front who I am and what I do. I'm already coming on, not afraid of people leaving or people not liking me, and cause I felt the struggle first. I felt the struggle before the money. I felt the struggle way before the money. So, y'all ain't got to ever worry about me saying like, oh well, he was fake or he didn't say like, nah. You already see the videos and everything. Like I'm unapologetic about who I am. Like you see that right now. Like I do not have to. Later, you gotta say, oh, he didn't show us or he did he lied. He was like no. Mm-mm. Trilingual language culture. I am gay. Okay, I am gay. So if y'all don't like that, you can leave right now. You can leave right this second. Like I'm not for fake stuff. I'm not for no fake stuff. Mm-mm. Yep. So all right. So my live is pretty much died down. I see people probably doing their thing. They're probably out and about. I might get back on later, y'all, probably. But I've been on for a long time now. And I have got a lot of people that have subscribed, and I thank y'all so much for it. I will be recording some videos later. Yeah, I will be recording some later, some dance videos, probably like some teach y'all some French stuff. But yeah, what's up? What's going on, y'all? Where y'all from? We got some people still coming in on this Saturday. I might have to get out in the city today, Mexico City, and go out probably. I'm gonna just see how I feel. I had went to a museum like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, but my channel growing fast too. I'll be posting some of the comments. If y'all commented in the live, I'll be posting those comments. Hey, what's up, hunting? Wildlife, Sawyer, what's going on? Go on, hit that subscribe button if you're not. So you back now? I appreciate it. And I think you already subscribed. Yeah, I've been on here for like a while now, since earlier. So I was talking about. I guess I asked you this question. What's the time that you've been rejected and it ended up being something positive, and when is the time you've been accepted, but it really ended up being something negative? So I guess I'll just kind of sort of circle around that topic again. So because you wasn't here earlier, and that's what we was talking about. But I was talking about it with everybody else for a long time. But since you just coming in, can you give me an experience that you may have had, or maybe something? I'm working over here too and talking to y'all. So yeah, do you have an experience like that? Like some that could have been like you rejected, but it was positive, or you was accepted and it ended up being a negative. And thank you for the like. I appreciate the like on there for you liking my video. Okay. So we got a ghost town now. It look like everybody kind of sort of left, which is fair. I mean, I've been on here for like a long time, so it's kind of fair. Um, dang, why the light go out? I've been on here so long that my light that went out. Um, but I guess I'll go ahead and tune out now. We ain't got nobody now. We got what, one person. Oh, what the hell you doing, boy? Oh man, you know I'm on my live doing my live. Where you from? I was talking to people asking them what's the time they've been rejected and it was positive, and the time they've been accepted and it's been actually a good thing. That's what I was talking about. And then we've been talking about like so many other different things. Right. So I'm about to get ready to get off now because I've been on so long. Um, like I've been on for a super long time. But I'm gonna keep doing this every day so I can be consistent and I can keep getting my follower count up and keep engaging with people. Yeah. So all right, that's the end of the live. Y'all. I gotta go. This is it.